Let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. It's Tuesday night. It's been a long week of WWE action. A lot has happened. We now know who Cody Rhodes' new #1 contender is for that championship title over his shoulder. And it's none other than Logan Paul. And I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it and complaining about it, not happy about it. They're like, what are they doing? Why are they booking Cody Rhodes with Logan Paul? And right now we're watching NXT live, and it looks like Noam Dar has been attacked. My God, I'm very upset right now. Why is Noam Dar? Where is the security for Metaphor? Metaphor is one of the top prospects in all of professional wrestling, one of the best factions. Where is the security for Noam Dar? Can someone tell me where the security is for Noam Dar? This is unacceptable here on NXT. Speaking of NXT, let's get a little preview of what we're going to be looking at tonight. But while doing that, let's also update you on what happened last week. Wesley defeated Josh Briggs. Shayna Baszler went on to defeat Carmen Petrovich. Tyreek defeated Mr. Cordic Catch Crew over here. My God, I don't even know this team. I mean, I saw them last week, but I got to get used to these names. Tyreek Igwe, I probably butchered that. Tyson DuPont defeated No Quarter Catch Crew. I did see the match. They look like they need a lot of work, and that's what they're here for on NXT, to put in that work. Mi Chin defeats Ariana Grace. Marlon Henley defeated Kalani Jordan. Lexis King defeated Duke Hudson. And, of course, NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez defeated Chelsea Green. That was a phenomenal match. Probably one of the better matches that we saw on TV last week. You are watching Wrestling with Savage, the home of the Savage Kingdom. And we got the Xbox on. We're going to be playing some video games tonight. Not sure what we're going to be launching yet. We'll figure that out. But right now, they're trying to hype us up for Mi Chin later tonight. They're trying to hype us up for Kalani Jordan. Bryn Sinclair has a qualifying match over here for this combine. So this combine's not over by a long shot, folks. Not over by a long shot. So later tonight on NXT, here's a little sample of what's coming. We just saw Noam Dar get attacked. We're going to have to wait and see what that's all about. I'll get to the chat in the comments in a moment. We appreciate everybody here in the Savage Kingdom watching. Make sure you hang out, stay still as NXT is kicking off. And Izzy Dame, Kiana James. Kiana James on the main roster now, but here she is on NXT still putting in that work, putting over Izzy Dame, making sure she's going to leave her to go off into a great path to have success to take over. I'm going to figure out if Jay's coming or not. I have no idea. He might be a little preoccupied tonight because Jay's always running around getting the latest and greatest in wrestling news. His sources keep him busy. All right, let's see what's going on with him. But in the meantime, NXT is kicking off right now. We got a lot of matches to look forward to right now. Sol Ruka doing a handstand. It looks like she's about to do a handstand all the way to the ring from Gorilla. This is impressive, and I have to give Sol Ruka credit. She has been one of the more impressive superstars that we have seen on NXT time and time again, week after week. She has been killing it. And since we have a few of you in here right now watching, I want to put this question out there. This is going to be the question that we ask throughout the night. In your opinion, as a wrestling fan, I want to know what you think is the best promo of all time. And Jay is here. He's got the CM Punk shirt on. I'm sure His sources.
Jay got technical difficulties. Jay got the Knicks game on. Jay got NXT now.
Yes, we can't forget about the Knicks game. Listen, I'm a little worried about the Knicks game, buddy.
1 sec. I'll be on audio, but give me 1 sec. Go ahead.
I'm pretty worried about the Knicks tonight. What do you think? It's not looking good, is it? Jay over here, he's going to make sure we get coverage from NXT and, of course, the New York Knicks game. I'm going to have this open like I did last time for you.
Everybody.
So we can check the score. Right now, it's already not looking good. The Knicks are down 4-0 already. Jay's probably got the more accurate live score. We're watching NXT. Jay's got it on. We're about to see So Ruka, who I just was telling, the Savage Kingdom, Jay. So Ruka has been one of the more impressive superstars with her time on TV. Don't you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
She's taken severe advantage of every in-ring opportunity they've given her. She has a good look. She has a sick finisher. Probably the best-looking finisher in all of NXT right now. I don't see anybody having a better. Now that Braun's gone, that spear was the best in the company.
I got a lot to say. First of all, hit the like button, subscribe. If you don't know who we are, God damn it, we're Wrestling with Savage, #1. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Jake the Aerial Assassin. Yes, my brother, welcome. Glad you're here. I do see your Discord. I love what you do there. I mean, you do great things. I love the article where you said that they should do the PLEs on 7 o'clock. I agree with that. It should be a little earlier. But shout out to you, man. You do a lot of work, and I'm going to give you the props here. Sean, what do you mean?
A new person here, Haseen Terrell, asking how Mother's Day was. Man,
my Mother's Day was
great, right? Gee, you had a good time. Your wife had
My Mother's Day was good because I think I was one of the smart people to go out early than later. So I had good seats, great food. My wife loved their gifts. My mother-in-law, my cousin, everybody. It's just there's a whole bunch of mothers out there. So shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you, Hassan. I know it's belated, but hey, it better late than never, brother. But thank you for asking. Sean, I don't know what you mean, Jay. Come on, man. Come on, what? The fight Saturday night between Fury and this other guy, it's going to be crazy.
What's going on, Sean, Mick, everybody? We appreciate you being here. We're watching NXT live right now. It's So Ruka making a hell of an impression already on the start of the night. First match of the night. That was a sick running springboard moonsault off that second ring bar. That was nice, Jay.
It was. It was.
Like, she's out here. She's wrestling like Alita. She looks fluid right now. She reminds me right now of Alita running around in the ring and pulling off all her spots to perfection. Everything's looking
This woman was on her way to winning the title if it wasn't for her ACL injury.
Sean wants you to take off that CM Punk shirt. I might have to argue with that. CM Punk's hot right now. Everybody loves CM Punk, right? Doesn't matter what we do, what he does, he is forgiving wherever he goes. He can go back to AEW right now, and the Young Bucks, Jay, the Young Bucks would hug him. They would embrace him. They love CM Punk, all right? They can't stop talking about the guy.
Is it true that AEW is losing ratings still?
Yeah, maybe in and out. I'm sure they'll be fine. They got plenty of Tony Khan money, man. They're not, everybody needs to calm down. AEW is not going anywhere. They're going to put money into this until 2045. It's WCW all over again. And at the end of the day, people should even love that this is even happening. Because if it wasn't for Tony Khan and his daddy running around with that big damn bank account, we'd have nothing to talk about except WWE. People should be loving this shit. Whether it's good shit, bad shit, terrible shit, great shit, shit is shit. We need shit. We need content. And that's what AEW provides. That's what NXT provides. Content. Professional wrestling content. And right now, I got to give credit to NXT because for the last few years, I remember when I first started watching NXT again with you, Jay, I was very optimistic and very skeptical about what am I going to see? Is it going to be worth my time? Is this going to be a shit show? I have fallen in love with the brand. I have fallen in love with the dedication to the talent to actually give them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Guys like Von Wagner, who apparently his opportunities didn't get him anywhere. Guys like Zion Quinn, who got opportunities. And guess what? His opportunities got him to the same place.
That's controversial. The Zion Quinn is controversial. But Von Wagner had too many chances. Come on, Sam. 5 years, this guy couldn't show us no character, no personality. He ain't gonna get nowhere.
True story. But right now, these girls are putting on a hell of a match. So make sure you watch it live on NXT, or if you have the DVR, YouTube, I'm sure it's gonna have highlights. Beautiful gorilla slam right there, and a standing backflip moonsault. I want to see the finish right now because you know that finish is coming. We got a lot to talk about, Jay. Because first of all, we got to get into what happened this week on WWE. We got to start talking about what happened on SmackDown. We got to start talking about what happened with Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes. We got to start talking about what we saw on Monday Night Raw last night. We got to talk about a lot because a lot has happened, man. A lot has happened in the last few weeks.
That's what my source has been telling me. They've been telling me.
SmackDown. So we'll get straight into it. On SmackDown, a war of words erupted after undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes learned that he will have to defend his title against United States champion Logan Paul at the King and Queen of the Ring. And Jay, listen, that's crazy in itself. What are your thoughts on this?
So the only way we're going to make Cody Rhodes lose is by putting him another belt so he could keep the belt to WrestleMania, the Universal title. Wow. I was shocked by this, Savage. I'm still shocked by it. I see Cody winning the whole 9, but damn, like, in order to make Cody lose, you got to give him another belt so he can lose that. Come on, what are we doing?
Well, here's what I think, Jay. Here's what I think. I think Logan Paul is one of the most famous people in all of WWE.
So why take the belt off him?
Hold on. First of all, I don't think he's going to lose the belt. I think that match is going to end in a no contest disqualification. And the reason I say so is there's a lot happening with the Logan family. His brother happens to be fighting a WWE Hall of Famer in Mike Tyson. Okay? Mike Tyson fighting his brother. A huge chance that we could see his brother there at this event. Huge chance we may see Mike Tyson at this event. We have no idea where this is headed. And if you really think about it, the seeds have been planted here to tell an excellent story. It's taking Cody Rhodes, who's your current champion. You want to make him look like a beast. And why not make him look like a beast in front of the only guy in your company that can get him seen in front of 24 million people like this? Because he has the biggest following on YouTube.
I don't know, Savage. I'm going to disagree. I think they're going to take the belt off him. But you make a lot of good points. Why? He has the most followers in social media. His brother is fighting, for God's sakes, Tyson. They were at the press conference yesterday. Why would we do this? I don't know. I just see them. I don't see Cody losing, Savage. Even in the DQ. What kind of champion is that?
Logan Paul has done nothing.
DQ? I don't see Cody losing.
Logan Paul has done nothing but impress me every time he has stepped in a WWE ring.
I'm not doubting that. I just don't see the purpose of this match. And what the hell? Like,
the purpose is this:
we're putting the US title on the line.
The WWE stock just hit $100. They are making money. They're hitting highs. Rumor is that it's going to be at $120 by the end of the month because of all the moves TKO is making. USA gave WWE $25 million. They got the Netflix deal coming up. Logan Paul's the biggest superstar in the world on YouTube. They get a couple of more guys like this. You get that other boxer that wants to come in. They're going to bring in the UFC guys. They are, whether people want to know about it or not, Vince McMahon was the evolution that the wrestling business needed in the 80s and 70s. And right now, this whole TKO, it's the evolution that the wrestling business needs in 2024. Because the shit that's coming down the pipe, Jay, it's about to change. We're going back to Sundays for premium live events, by the way. Dana White said it. It's going to be Power Slap on Friday, UFC on Saturday, WWE on Sunday. Fantastic news. They're going to go back to the shit that worked, and they're going to bring in celebrities. They're going to bring in UFC fighters. A lot of things are happening.
Wait, they fired Scripps, right?
Yes. Well, they didn't fire him. They didn't renew his contract. I got to talk also later today. I'm fucking shocked that Dragunov lost last night, by the way. We're going to get into that, but we'll save that when we get to Raw. But let's continue with SmackDown. Logan Paul, like I said, is a star. Cody Rhodes is your new world champion. You want to make him look like a boss, and you want to make him look like a boss in front of as many people as you can. And at the end of the day, right now, there's no one on that roster other than Logan Paul who can guarantee numbers that are going to tune in to watch him compete against the world champion. That's why they're doing it. King and Queen of the Ring coming to you May 25th. Nia Jax also defeated Naomi in a Queen of the Ring tournament match, so she advances. Nia Jax doing her thing, obviously. She's not going to lose. On SmackDown, they're going to bring her over and have her be like a boss. I'm not surprised if she's going to be women's champion by the end of the year. Carmelo Hayes defeated Baron Corbin, and I kind of saw this coming. I guess Baron Corbin is back to just SmackDown, business as usual. I don't like to see it, but it was a good match.
Yeah, I mean, I was very impressed with Corbin. He pulled out some.
Yeah, he was great. He's great
moves, but he pulled it with a sense of urgency. I like that.
No, he was great. Corbin's always been great. He will continue to be great. It's nothing but good shit. I'm over here. I launched Red Dead Redemption because I figured why not? If you
That's
never
one or two.
You know what I've been playing? I've been playing Diablo 4 too lately. NXT's in a commercial right now.
This part two?
Yeah, this is part two.
Yeah.
I just pressed the controller so when I go to sleep.
It's the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the beginning. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Jade Cargill defeated Piper Niven in her Queen of the Ring tournament match, so she advances. And what did you think of her on SmackDown?
It's her best match yet, and she did more selling. She did more selling in this match than anything, and they worked well together. And the finish was impressive.
Listen, the match was good. She looked good. Good decision. She could be your first Queen of the Ring over here. Chelsea Green also looked good. Piper Niven looked good. But it was a perfect pairing, I think. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I was for it. Bianca Belair defeated Candice LeRae. She qualifies and moves on. And this could be interesting because they just became a tag team. But maybe now we're going to go right into the feud. Maybe now it's time to see who's going to be the Queen of the Ring.
They perfect.
Do you think that's a shot of the finals?
I honestly wouldn't break them up. They're perfect together.
Okay. I agree with you. I think they can be a mega star.
Jay needs help. Jay needs help also.
I'll go this far to say this. If Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill can manage to work together and stay together for years to come, they can go down to be a more powerful tag team than the Mega Powers. Because of how big wrestling is right now and how universal it is. If they go on a nasty run, little girls everywhere.
They could be bigger than
girls forever.
They could be bigger than Natalia and the Glamazon. Beth Phoenix.
I have Tony Hawk for my PS5, but I don't think
did anybody forget about that? The Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, and Natalia. They could be better than that.
Tama Tonga defeated Angelo Dawkins, so he moves on in his match. What do you think about his first match in the SmackDown lineup?
I mean, I like the character Savage, but I don't know if I was feeling the match. I think I was more impressed with Dawkins, but it's only the first match, so let's see.
Dawkins has been impressive though for a while though. He's always.
I know. I just felt like Dawkins shined more.
They just kind of fed him to the lions here because you knew he wasn't going to lose this match. The only reason I didn't love this match is to me it was very predictable. It's like this guy just got here. There's no way he's losing. But then again, that happened to me on Monday Night Raw, and I was wrong. So we'll get to that. As they're showing CM Punk on NXT right now in the ECW Arena package. That looks very good, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Probably $20.
You gotta get it, man.
Nah, I'm not even gonna play that game.
First, I gotta buy the game, so I don't even have it.
I don't even have it. Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles. He moves on in his match. The rumor mill is, Jay, that The Rock wants to fight AJ Styles.
Why?
Feels like they can have a sick match of Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice having an interview backstage. Shayna over here has no business talking trash. because she's been getting like clapped on every time she's been on TV the last like few months. I mean,
I don't even know what we're doing with her, to be honest.
no, she should be a killer, and she's not. It doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. What did you think about AJ Styles and Randy Orton? This could be a main event anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good match, and I thought it was the right call to give it to Randy. Could have gone either way.
Who's fighting right now? Who's attacking Shayna? What's going on NXT, Jay? Who's attacking Shayna? That Lola Vice?
We're seeing it now. Like, I'm getting a little delayed over here.
No, right now there's a big fight going on backstage, and a lot of ladies are involved.
That's Carmen Petrovich.
Carmen Petrovich, okay.
Who the other girls?
Anofi and Blade right now. And I like these guys. I think Anofi and Blade have had the stuff for a while. I don't remember seeing a terrible match from them in over 2 years.
I have. I saw a lot of boppers and floppers and kakas and peepees, all of this. It was horrible. These guys were doing bad botch spots, Savage. They were falling all over the place. There was nobody there on the outside. I don't know. I'm getting shaky with these guys. I think OTM is going to be more impressive tonight.
I think you're overanalyzing it, but I think they're crisp and smooth, man.
Hold on, everybody.
They've had no direction.
Blade fan over here.
They've had no direction. They've had no direction.
Yeah,
absolutely no direction. And still no direction now.
Because we gave it too many chances. That's why.
I think they had a moment there, but they didn't pull the trigger on it, man. What's going on? C. Henry? Yeah, Dawkins is underrated, man. Sean says the Ministry of Darkness is the best group over the Nation of Domination.
What's up, Elliot?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? We're out here watching NXT right now as Idris and Anofi are trying to make quick work.
Hey.
And it's going down. Well, this is what else we have to look forward to tonight. We're going to see Wesley or hear from Wesley. And I haven't been watching Level Up, Jay. Maybe you have.
I heard about that match, though.
What's going on here? Is Mr. Stone going to be in management now?
I wonder why he didn't get fired.
Well,
because he has personality.
He's talented. He's absolutely
personality.
Talented.
He has character.
We still get Ivy Nile versus Lash Legend. That should be a big match. Ivy Nile needs a big win, especially after what happened last night. She needs a big win. And this, I believe this should be the main event. Tony D'Angelo versus Charlie Dempsey should be a very good match, a hard-hitting match, technical match. Now, did you catch in the beginning of the night? Noam Dar was attacked, Jay. Security at NXT is at an all-time low. They didn't take care of Metaphor, the hottest faction in NXT.
The hottest what?
You heard what I said, bitch. I'm not going to repeat myself for you.
Oh, my God.
Noam Dar, baby.
This is the guy that's saying Thea Hale is the best woman.
Oh, on to Monday Night Raw. Jay, I'm going to go right to you. Damian Priest granted Drew McIntyre a future World Heavyweight title chance. They went to war last night as far as microphone battle goes. What did you think of the promo? I thought Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, sounded better than Damian Priest.
I'm going to say both guys did well, but I was impressed. I'm not giving him the edge, but I was impressed at how Priest handled himself with the comeback.
Okay. Yeah, no, he had some good comeback lines for sure.
Because Drew was on some fire stuff from the start. So
Drew
I was impressed because honestly, Savage, if I was not impressed, I would say, okay, next PLE, we got to take the title off Priest.
Listen, I was super impressed with him. I was
what does this tell us, Savage? You know what this tells me?
To me, I take Drew more serious as a champion than I do Damian Priest.
I get it. Now, but you know what this tells me? It tells me maybe we're not going to get our CM Punk match at Clash of the Castle.
No, I don't think we are. There's no way. But
he's not clear.
But we might get a Damian Priest winning and beating Drew McIntyre because CM Punk gets involved.
Or CM Punk DQ and make Drew lose and he returns that.
I don't even think DQ. I think CM Punk will just find a way to distract him and then Damian's going to pick up the win, you know.
Robert Stone should go to the main roster, but I think he should be paired with Chelsea Green. So as soon as Chelsea Green is off Piper, then yes, we'll bring him up.
Baszler. Oh my God, Io Sky defeats Shayna Baszler, and she qualifies and moves on in the Queen of the Ring match. What did you think about this match, Jay? What did you think about the winner? And what do you think about the crowns?
Not bad. The match, I was very surprised. It was really good, so I enjoyed it.
Henry, I don't disagree with you. I think they have a lot of confidence in Priest, and I just want to see more out of him. I think he needs more time as champion. I wouldn't even take the title off him for a full year. Let him have some time to cook with it, and let's see what he can do. Let's see how much merch he can push and sell and all that. Jay, what'd you think about this? Look who's making a return to Monday Night Raw, man.
It was great to see her, man. Legend, but when she spoke last night, I thought she lost a little step.
Well, she's, this is what? How long has she been off TV?
I get it. It's her hometown, so it was cool. Cool
A
moment.
little nervous, probably, but it's okay.
Probably.
We'll move on to Kofi Kingston and Gunther, and they had their match. Very good match. I was surprised with Kofi Kingston coming out super aggressive, but you have to going against Gunther. You got no choice to come out the gate hot. What did you think about the matchup? And of course, the results. We knew Gunther was going to win.
Yeah,
right?
Gunther could have a match with a broom, and it'll be an instant classic. This was a classic match. A lot of time. I enjoyed it.
I definitely enjoyed this match. Gunther's a beast. That elbow drop is a beast in itself. That could be his finishing move if he wanted to. Gunther's that goddamn good that this guy can turn any move into a finisher. And apparently, Driscoll got away. He escaped, so I failed my mission. Gonna have to figure that out.
That'll be the cool character Gunther 2K25. Just have like 10 finishers.
Now, was this match even like worth having, Jay?
No, it's a squash.
So what is the point? Just to get Bronson?
The story of Gable and the whole academy. That's what it is. That's it.
Well, he won his match, and
that's how we book. That's how we book the future of big guys. We book them.
Now, Jay, what do you think about this match? To you, I'm curious because you've been critical of Lyra. Okay. You love Zoe.
I've been critical, but I'm gonna say this: this woman is the most impressive female they got in the whole roster. Period. Becky Lynch, and then there's Lyra Valkyria. This woman is getting a skyrocket, Savage. Somebody said, here you go. Hold on to this. It's really hot. Put it on your back and go with it. And she's going with it. I'll tell you why. We saw Becky Lynch a little later on Raw. And who was there to help her? Lyra Valkyria. That's a stamp of approval for the top star in the business, giving a stamp of approval for Lyra Valkyria. Now, I told you she has no character. I still stand by that point. But at this stage, with this match that she had, which was very great, it was better than the last match. This match was very impressive. I'm glad she got the win. Nobody's a believer in Stark. For God's sake, Savage, she didn't even have near falls in this match, Zoe Stark. So how can I believe someone's going to win this match? This was all Lyra Valkyria showing her the spotlight. Let's not forget when she came out, Savage, the crowd was going, woo, woo, woo. They are behind her music and they're behind her. And she's getting the stamp of approval for the champ. That says a lot, Savage. This girl's on it. She's on it. Period.
There's still a lot to see on NXT.
I don't know how you feel about the match, but that was it.
I'm not. Usually you would point out something that happened. I'm not even going to point it out. I'll say this. That match, to me, I'm basing it off the crowd. And I feel like the crowd wasn't really there.
They were there. They were there. They were there from the start. They would go, woo. Ooh, they were there singing with her music. They were there, man. They were there.
I don't.
The only reason you don't like it, you don't want to admit it, because you a Zoe Stark fan, is that she didn't win the match. That's why you're not a fan of it. You're like,
I am a fan of Lyra. Lyra's a great worker. You're right. She has a bright future. Obviously, they're putting the rocket on her. Do you think she's going to beat Jade Cargill though?
She could beat Jade Cargill.
Okay, you think she can beat Jade Cargill? We're gonna find out.
The way this girl can't even remember spots. Of course, anybody could beat her at the stage.
Right now, NXT Live, nice Uranagi right there. What do you think about this match right now, Jay? Who's looking better right now?
I'm telling you what, Madison Square Garden is going crazy right now, but I can't believe this match is still going. But I'm still gonna say that OTM is being impressive.
Knicks are up by 6 right now, and Jay's impressed with what we're seeing.
Look at that slam. Boom.
Knicks are killing it right now. I also got the Knicks game up there, but I got a lot going on, so I'm kind of scared to look at the Knicks game. I feel like they have a better chance of winning if I don't pay attention too much. We need this win. Obviously.
Maybe we bring them luck, because
we can't go back. We can't go back to Indiana down 2-3. Not a good look. Not a good look.
I hope there's not a Sunday game. Like, ugh, God. Sunday.
Listen, these guys are actually doing a good job on NXT tonight. 2 great matches in a row, good pace, and they're giving everybody time to work. So you got to love it. You got to appreciate it. Jay thinks Lyra Valkyria is a superstar. Well, guess what?
I'm ready.
So does the WWE. Can she be the queen of the ring, though? We're going to have to wait and see to find out.
She's spoke Scottish. Look at this promo. She spoke Scottish, and she cut a little promo.
She seemed very comfortable, Jay. She seemed more comfortable on Monday Night Raw than she has on NXT.
Yeah.
Explain that shit to me.
Yeah, and she's cocky. I was the former NXT champion. I was this. I want to be this. That's great. You kidding
Very
me?
impressed right now.
That's a second coming of Becky Lynch.
Now we're going to get into this because you've been talking about it. Sami Zayn and Otis, what's going on with American Alpha, the heel turn's coming. What's going to happen, Jay? What's the story here? Are we going to see Kurt Angle managing Gable and the Creed brothers? Is that what's looking?
First of all, the match was pointless because once again, Savage, this was about advancing the storyline of Gable and Alpha Academy. But I will say this, Savage, Otis is going to get a huge pop when he turns face. But I do want to see Gable.
Look at that shot right there.
And let's not hold that frame right there because that was the only offensive move that Sami Zayn did in the whole match. I want everybody to remember that because if you really saw this match, it was all Otis.
Yeah, Sammy was getting.
It really was. It really was. So, with that being said, I just think I want to see Gable with the new stable, as in the Creed brothers, moving forward. I hope I get it. I hope we get it, but that's what I really want to see. I don't want to see this storyline. I slap Otis. I slap him again. He follows me. Like, kind of over it.
Okay. I get it, man. Listen, it's stale already. They need to move on with it. We need to see some movement here in Gable's direction. If he's going heel, let's see it already. Cut Otis loose so he can go off and do his thing.
Crazy mix bounce.
I don't know what the score is here. It hasn't updated, but we're watching NXT, and OXM picked up the win. Anofi taking another loss here on NXT.
Of course.
All right, hold on. They're checking on Noam Dar. I need to know what happened because Noam Dar's safety is important to me, Jay. First of all, it's unacceptable that this even happened.
I can't even believe he's a #1 contender for.
Noam Dar is the most talented man in the NXT universe. Without question. He's got the best gimmick, best promo, best in-ring work, best movement.
I'm good, man.
Nah, man. Good. It's about metaphor, bro. Metaphor for life.
That guy can't speak English.
Everybody in the Savage Kingdom, I need you to pray for Noam Dar. All right? Pray for Noam Dar, and let's make sure he's going to be okay for his match later tonight. We're getting ready to see Ivy Nile versus Lash Legend live here on Wrestling with Savage. But we'll get back to Monday Night Raw because we had more happen. There was a lot more that happened on Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch versus Dakota Kai ended in a no contest.
And you know what? That probably would have been Kai's best match if it wasn't for the silly DQ. That's the sad part.
What's going on here, though? Because there's a lot of factors getting involved here.
I'm going to say once again, the girl to the left, Lyra Valkyria, boom, stamp of approval. That's it. Everybody's behind her.
She killed her yesterday. She had probably the best night on Raw.
Who comes out to save the World Woman Heavyweight Champion? Who comes out? Lyra Valkyria. What does that tell you, man?
It's a big move. It's a big move.
What?
But it's bigger than Ilya. It's going to lead to a face-off at the end for her and Becky Lynch. Judgment Day defeated New Catch Republic, AOP, and the Creed brothers to become the new #1 contenders. What do you think about that move? Just you're going to put it right back on the Judgment Day, or are Miz and R-Truth going to hold those titles a little longer?
I think the 15 minutes of fame is over, don't you think? So I think the belt should be off. I enjoyed this match. It was chaotic, but it was cool. There was some cool moments. So kind of surprised Carlito came out, but I guess we're advancing that storyline. So
look at this shot.
Yeah, it was a cool match.
Creed brothers are impressive, man. When are you going to pull the trigger on these boys?
Came off of the Nick game. Somebody's shoe came off of the Nick game. Stop holding your shoe, man, McBride, man.
Yeah, Carlito did come out. He made his presence
This
known.
guy's
That's gonna
holding
leave
his
for the
shoes,
future.
Savage. He's running at the court holding
He's
his
got to
shoes
do what
back
he's
and
got to
forth.
do. Jimmy
Back and forth.
Jimmy Uso nowhere in sight to help his brother, but guess what?
Oh man, somebody's
Jay,
down.
Main event Jay doesn't need anybody from the bloodline.
Somebody's
to do
down.
his
Somebody's
job.
hurt.
Main event Jay Uso shocked me because I thought Dragunov was winning this 1,000,000%, and boy, was I wrong. Main event Jay picks up the win. Jay, were you shocked?
No, because I think they gave it away when Ilya cut the promo before the match and Gunther was next to him. And it was kind of weird. If you heard that promo, he said, I beat Gunther out of nowhere, which it wasn't necessary to bring up. So I wasn't surprised at the finish. And you know what, Savage? I'm going to say this for the record. It was a very good match. If it was longer, I would say it would match of the night. But I'm going to say this. I kind of like the idea of what they're doing. Let's not give the people the match.
Let's not rush
Let's
it.
tease it and let's hold off on it. And I like it.
They're marinating it. Yesterday,
it
they planted the seed just with the picture-to-picture of Dragunov and Gunther, because you're looking at it and you're like, oh, that's definitely the King of the Ring main event right there. And no. You know what that was? That's a WrestleMania main event is what that is. Gunther and Dragunov is a WrestleMania main event match.
I think I agree with you, but I think from what happened this year, they just gotta go with Gunther versus Brock next year. You just gotta do it.
You're not wrong. I think that they're gonna do their best to keep Dragunov and Gunther as far away from each other as they possibly can for at least 2 or 3 years. Because it's going to work like this. Gunther's going to be champion first. I don't know when, but he will be champion eventually, world champion. And then Dragunov's going to win the Rumble, and he'll have his moment at WrestleMania taking down Gunther. That has to be like that.
I'm wearing this shirt, but I can't see Gunther versus CM Punk for the title. I can't see that. Does that make sense?
Versus CM Punk? Why would we ever do that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. He should have won.
I can't see that.
I don't mind it because when you think about it, it's going to be better long term for the storytelling. The match that Gunther and Dragunov can put on right now is better than what anybody else on the roster can produce. I promise you that.
I could book that match, Survivor Series, Rumble, or next international.
Purely off the fact of their history, their chemistry, and the pure physicality that those two men are willing to put each other through, they will literally put on maybe the best WrestleMania main event ever.
For the first time in front of fans, because it wasn't in front of fans. So let's remember that.
Let's not forget we're watching NXT. What are they doing with Rich Holland at this point? Like, why is he not right next to Scripps?
They see something in him, Savage. I don't get it.
Okay, you see something with him, then why?
No, they see something. I don't. I'm saying the officials, WWE officials, see something in him.
Because the way I look at it, when you see something in somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you do something with it. Like, they can do a lot with him. Why isn't he going right after Trick Williams right now? Why wasn't he the first one to go after Trick Williams?
Maybe he's still on TV because, let's face it, he has more character than Von Wagner.
Well, you're not wrong there. He definitely has more character.
We are getting our money's worth.
But Von Wagner, all that happened to him was bad production.
Savage, they hired kids to help him out, and the kids outshined him.
They overcomplicated Von Wagner. All they had to do was let him have matches and be the giant that he can be. That's it. Stone's the mouthpiece, and he beats people up.
He couldn't talk, Savage. He couldn't talk.
He didn't need to. He had Stone.
He has to talk. You
don't have to talk. Andre the Giant didn't talk. Okay. Bobby the Brain didn't talk.
You know who spoke? Who spoke last night? Braun Strowman. Why is he talking?
Are you ready, Jay? We're about to see one of the greatest women, female wrestlers in the world today representing the greatest faction in NXT history. Metaphor.
My God, here we go. Here comes
Lash
the intro.
Legend.
Here
Bro,
comes the intro.
first of all, you're gonna argue with me that Lash Legend didn't have some of the most fire moments this year on NXT with Trick Williams. She's not like momentum isn't on her side.
Savage.
And she can wrestle.
Don't tell me
She's
this
big.
is gonna be a
She's
good match.
bigger. She's bigger than Bianca Belair. She might not
We
be
have
like
to see.
strong. Well, I don't know, dude. Maybe she is stronger than Bianca Belair. It's a hell of a question, man. That's a matchup I'm dying to see down the road. Her and Bianca, her and Jade Cargill, her and Charlotte Flair. I think she could match up with Charlotte Flair really good. Lash Legend. She's got that.
But not Jade Cargill, not now.
Well, not right now. Maybe in 2 years we'll see. But Ivy Nile. Let's see tonight if she's going to be kicking air or kicking heads off.
She's gonna lose.
Yeah, I think this is definitely Lash Legend's match to have, man. Let's be honest. And this guy on my horse, he keeps wiggling. This guy, he's got to sit there.
You gotta move the horse.
I take you. I move the horse. All right, I'll move the horse a little bit.
You gotta go to the spot, man. Travel.
I should be playing Diablo 4. I've been having fun with Diablo.
Damn, this kind of reminds me of I want to play it again.
What game? Oh, this game?
Yeah, I beat it, but I want to like.
I beat it too, but I was gonna go for the full 100%. But when I went to load it up, I don't have my save file anymore, man.
Oh,
because I beat it on another.
That's that Xbox crap.
Yo, did you know that Grand Theft Auto 5 they made an X edition, and like you have to buy it again? You can't even upgrade it. You have to just buy it again.
Jesus.
$20 and it's $60 if you want the
I bought
online.
mine for $20.
Dude, I've bought Grand Theft Auto 5 like 7 times already. Like for the 360, the PS4,
that's how I feel about
the PS4, the Xbox One, PC. I mean, like I can't take it anymore.
I do want to play Last of Us 2, the remake, the remastered.
Last of Us 2 is a game that I still haven't beat part 1, man.
I beat 2 and 1. 2 is really good. 2 is really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I got to finish my God of War game, man.
1 was good, too.
Oh, Ivy now with a crossbody off the top rope, taking out Lash Legend, goes for the kick. Lash catches it, dodges another kick. Now Ivy comes in with that third kick right to the head of Lash Legend, who comes back and eats a Hurricane Rana. Ivy now still in control, has Lash in the corner, setting up for a big running drop kick, or not even a drop kick, like just a flying kick to the head. Goes in for a splash, and Legend grabs her midair, tosses her into the corner. Now Lash shows her what a real Stinger splash looks like with some nice power there. I like that. I like it. Lash in control here. Monday Night Raw did its thing. SmackDown did its thing. This apparently is the main event for the King of the Ring. Who's going to win, Jay? I really think Jey Uso is the next King of the Ring. I think they're going to give it to him. I think it benefits him more than it does Gunther right now.
Well, you got to give the guy something because we're not going to give him the title. So I think I'm going to go with Jey Uso.
I think I'm going with Jey Uso on this. I think they're going to go off what's going on with him. What, by the way, also, there's a big rumor going around that Jey Uso's not going to win.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Because of what he did on Twitter.
What'd he do?
He went on Twitter and made a statement saying that the Fireflies are his now.
Oh, my God. And they were there last night, weren't they?
So that could be all like, we might get to see Uncle Hottie.
Well, Savage, I don't even think you spoke about, you didn't even speak about the QR code that happened last night.
I didn't want to spoil it for people. I want to let it happen organically. There's a lot cooking.
Did you see it?
I saw it, but I don't want to talk about it. I want to wait and see what happens.
I'm not a fan of it. I thought it was the same thing we saw in the video.
It's always little teases. It's never anything major.
It's the same exact words. I set you free. I'm free. They with me.
Well, they did set you free. I mean, now it looks like she just got distracted right now. Lash sends her face first into the mat. Comes in with that big bicycle kick to the chest. I mean, now it might be done, Jay.
I'm trying to see.
There
like,
she is. Lash Legend picks up the big win on NXT, defeating Ivy Nile. Good match. Good match. I liked it. Quick, fast.
Of course, it's quick.
Oh, Ruka picked up her win. We're still going to hear from Wesley. We also still have Tony D'Angelo, Charlie Dempsey. And will Noam Dar be able to compete tonight? I'm so worried about Noam Dar. I hope he's okay, Jay.
It's not.
I hope he's okay.
It's not, man.
He better be. Don't forget, later tonight, we got to talk about this, Jay. Best promo of all time.
Ooh.
Do you have a best promo of all time?
It's hard, man. There's a lot of old ones. All time? Like
all time. Best single promo of all time that had significant meaning in the business and it changed things. For me, if you want mine, I'll give it to you. It's Stone Cold at ECW, dressed up as Hogan. Hands down, best promo I've ever seen in my life.
I don't want to be like everybody else and say, "Oh, it's King of the Ring, Stone Cold." I want to be. I'm trying to really think of something.
We can come back to it later if you don't.
No, I have a few. I just, you know what? I'm gonna say Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar.
Wow. That was a phenomenal promo. Probably the best
when
promo.
Eddie used his real life stuff of what he was going through to that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that one.
That might have been the best Eddie Guerrero promo of all time, though.
Yeah, it was legit.
You felt it.
I was shocked by it when I heard it because I was like, wow, this looks like real life shit over here.
You felt it. You felt it. Like 100% you felt it, man. It was crazy.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
You
go
heard
with Eddie Guerrero and Brock.
You heard mine. For me, it was
Eddie
the
Guerrero.
Stone Cold promo in ECW. It was just too good, too meaningful. It felt beyond real. I believed every word he said, and the next thing you know, it transcended him into the business. He came to WWF at the time, and the rest, as you know, is history. Right now, you're watching Wrestling with Savage, the WWE Weekly Update. Tomorrow night, we'll do the AEW Weekly Update. A lot to talk about with Swerve Strickland. Double or Nothing pay-per-view coming up next week.
That's huge.
Next week, story time with Al Snow on the Party with Marty, and this is going to be...
That's huge.
I mean, I can't even tell you how excited I am to even be a part of this. Next week, story time with Al Snow on the Party with Marty. You're not going to want to miss it. By the way, there's a new episode of Marty Jannetty's podcast this week called Story Time with Marty, and that will be on this Thursday at 10 p.m. We have a lot of matches coming up. Jay, prediction here. Where do you got? Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch?
Becky Lynch. Savage, there's some questions I want to answer on the chat if you don't mind. I mean,
sure.
C. Henry said, if Vince was still in charge, you guys think they will be as patient with Jade as Paul and Shawn with her?
No.
Yes, because she is a star and she has that it factor. So I think Vince will definitely be patient with her.
I don't know if he would be, man, because he's a different Vince McMahon now. He doesn't operate the same way he did 20 years ago.
That woman, you're not going to find another strong black woman like that, man.
I just saw a strong black woman called Lash Legend just destroy on NXT.
Who?
Lash Legend. Don't disrespect.
Oh, get the hell out of here,
All right, who do you got in this IC match? I think Gable needs to win this match. I think he needs to go full heel in this match. Him and Bronson need to team up, and Bronson is his paid gun, hired gun, whatever it is, something, man. They need to take this title off Sami Zayn. Gable needs to walk out of there the winner. What do you think?
I got Sami Zayn winning the thing, setting up with a one-on-one singles the next PLE.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, the big one, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes. I feel like this match will end in a disqualification, and I think we're going to see a lot of shenanigans, and I think these guys are going to fight 3 or 4 more times before Cody moves on to the next opponent. Go ahead, Jay. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Cody's going to win the U.S. belt, and I think he's going to defend both. He will be the second person in history to do that. Number 1, Seth Rollins. So, yes, I do see Cody winning because he does have to, believe it or not, Savage, this guy has to take a loss. We can't just wait undefeated to WrestleMania. So,
listen, I think he is going to take a loss, but it doesn't have to happen at the king and queen of the ring.
What did Cody say on SmackDown? If I want everything here, I didn't win this. If I do this, I'm Grand Slam champion. He wins it, have him defend it for 3-4 months, and give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else.
Then you still got to give Cody a loss, though.
Give it a Gunther. Give it a Gunther. Gunther. Give it a Gunther. Give it a
Arrival
Gunther.
number 2 coming soon. Details coming very soon. You'll get a chance to see Savage and Spencer Slade in action live in New
Spencer Slade
Jersey.
in that Crockett Cup, NWA.
Yeah, bro, a lot going on. Oh yeah, we
Watch
got
out,
some big
people,
announcements
watch
coming
out.
up too, Jay, about NWA and about Thursday nights here on Wrestling with Savage. If you want to support Wrestling with Savage, go over to the Pro Wrestling Tees store. You can pick up my shirt. You can pick up the Wrestling Universe's shirt. And look at all these different wrestlers that are coming to the Wrestling Universe. Referees coming, Mike Chioda, Kurt Angle this Saturday, Macy Estrella this Saturday, Mark Henry on Sunday, Greg the Hammer Valentine in June, The Mountie in June, Scott Norton in July, Sid
Crazy.
Vicious in July. That's a
Absolutely.
huge one. He's coming with his boy Doug Gilbert. You have Valentina Ferraz coming again in June. Tito Santana. Look at this. We just signed this one. Bull Nakano, man. That one's going to be nasty, man. Just in a Hall of Fame. Compliments of Salvatore Wrestling Promotions, Puppet Master Promotions. Bull Nakano, recently in the Hall of Fame. Big signing. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Eric Bischoff, Booker T, and the hottest signing of the summer, Brie and Nikki Garcia at the Wrestling Universe. Limited to only 200. They will sell out if it hasn't already. So pick up your tickets at thewrestlinguniverse.com. You can also meet Elijah in August, Tully Blanchard,
Elijah.
Jake the Snake Roberts, Tony Atlas, Jimmy Valiant, Diamond Dallas Page, compliments of Savage Kingdom Promotions in September. Tickets on sale now. Holy shit. Holy shit. The Boogeyman in October. Holy shit. Papa Shango in October. Holy shit. Powers of Pain, Killer Bees, Nasty Boys, Demolition. Are you fucking kidding me, Jay? The best fucking wrestling store in the world today, the Wrestling Universe. No other store in the world is bringing you these signings, Jay.
I don't want to be rude, but I heard Nikki Garcia can't read. I heard she can't read.
What do you think she is, Floyd Mayweather?
That's what I heard.
Come on, man. You're fucking.
What I heard, man. This is what I heard.
Jay, you know what else we have here at the Savage Kingdom, by the way?
Let's give special shout out, Savage, Paisanos. Shout out to Paisanos right there.
Shout out to Paisanos. Yeah, that's right. Autographs for sale. You can go on my Instagram shop. You can go on my Facebook page shop, Wrestling with Savage, and all these autographs are available for purchase. And there are a lot of autographs, Jay. A lot of stars. A lot. I mean, look at this. Ricky Steamboat. Are you fucking kidding me? And these are certified. Jake the Snake certified. Doink the Clown. Teal Hopper. I mean, look at all these. I'm not even going to say the names because honestly, there's too many to name, Jay. I mean, I got autograph. I mean, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Quality shit here, man.
Amazing stuff.
You're kidding me? Who's that? Is that Serena Deep right there, bro?
Do we have one with Kill Switch?
Of course. I got Luchasaurus on here. He's here.
Do we have the video of you interviewing?
Never again.
Oh, God.
Sad, man. Right now, NXT, it's going down right now. And it looks like Noam Dar will not be able to fight. Ora Mensah has taken his place for this match.
Steve Blackman.
And this has me worried, Jay. I'm stressed right now. Is Noam Dar going to be okay?
Savage, Steve Blackman by chance, Sean Stay? Do you have a Steve Blackman autograph?
I might. If I don't, I'll get one for you next time I see him. I got a Fandango. Fandango.
Dirty Dango.
Hornswoggle. Akeem the Dream. Alberto Del Rio.
Wow, that guy used to be a star, man. Used to be a big star.
Man.
Where? In the gym?
Come on, man. These guys are all fucking legends, man.
What a legend. There's a video of him wrestling with 50 people.
I put my scanner right here and I scanned everything because I wanted people to see the actual autograph, like the detail, so you know what you're buying. You know what I mean? Look at that, Jay. Look at that. Iron Sheik, goddammit. Kidding me?
Huge. Huge.
We're watching NXT Live, playing Red Dead Redemption. Jay's here. Jay, what's going on with the Knicks, by the way? I'm scared to look, man. Oh, shit, we're up. We're up by 11. Go, New York. Go, New York. Go.
Yeah, play that. I feel like watching that movie.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. I feel like watching it now.
Look at these.
Go, Ninja.
Legends. Oh, how about a Scarlet 8x10, huh? How about a Karrion Kross 8x10, huh?
That's a cool one.
Look at this. Look at this. We got autographs for days, James. Maybe you want a little
They're
McFoley
on
in your life.
sale. Let's start the auction.
Auction. There's no auction. These prices are firm and locked in. We don't
Let's
do
put in the
auctions yet.
pricing. You can just start
Auctions we're
putting
going to do
7 o'clock.
in the future, by the way, Jay. We are going to do live auctions on the show from time to time. But I got a huge announcement. After Memorial Day, Wrestling with Savage will now be live 3 nights a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Thursday nights, Savage and DJ Storms and Jay are going to team up to bring you the TNA Live Watch Super Wrestling Variety Show, where we'll watch TNA. We'll tell you what's going on with TNA. We'll update you on NWA. We're going to update you on New Japan Wrestling. And then we're going to be talking about WWE, AEW, and just anything and everything. Could be wrestling guests on at any given time. You never know what you're going to see on the Thursday Super Savage Storm Deluxe Super Show, whatever the fuck we're going to call it. It's coming.
It sounds like SNL, like type of big feeling. Like
it's going to be big.
Exclusive.
It's going to be big. We're going to combine our resources to create a new super show on Thursdays that can provide people with up-to-the-minute details on TNA, and we're going to rely on you a lot to help us watch TNA. Because I want you to break it down, because nobody breaks it down better than Jay 98% of the time. The other 2%, Jay's being biased, talking about Zion Quinn or something, but it's okay.
Controversial.
Controversial.
This match is not doing it for me.
I'm not even paying attention right now.
No, you should care because you told everybody about Metaphor is the hottest group. Well, this is a Metaphor guy right here.
Well, his opponent is his joke, though. I mean, the Metaphor guy's not good. The problem isn't the opponent.
How is he a joke? He
Metaphor. The problem is the level of quality of opponent. Okay?
How is he a joke? He fought Ilya Dragunov.
Virgil, limited quantities left. Maybe you want that Virgil in your life. Independent wrestlers, guys that you're going to see on TV soon. Okay?
Glacier, yeah.
Bryce Donovan right there.
Wrong places.
My God. Dr. Cool. VSK, I know you've seen him as Jeeves on AEW.
25 for autograph for Blackman we have here. The Lethal Weapon.
I got you. I'll get that Blackman for you. How about some Daniel Garcia?
No, thank you.
How about the stunner Emily J? Huh? How about Rowan? How about Eric Rowan? Huh? Eric Rowan.
Marty.
To Marty. We got more, Jay. It doesn't end. More Daniel Garcia, Tommy Dreamer, Billy Gunn. Huh? How about some PCO? How about this legendary picture, the 3-piece? Honky Tonk, Greg the Hammer, and Jimmy Hart, man. That shit is a classic rarity.
Give me one with the Honky and Jimmy Hart.
You see Bob Backlund's autograph right there? Are you kidding me? Not fucking around here anymore, Jay.
Is it real? Nah, I'm saying.
Is it real? Jay, by now you should know everything I do is on the up and up, my friend.
Oh, we got some breaking news.
This is what Ken Anderson wrote to me, Jay.
Oh, man, he was so hot in that TNA year. Oh, man, he had a big run.
People are fake. Wrestling is real.
Oh, these pictures are coming back, man.
I love that autograph. That's probably my favorite autograph.
It's not good. These pictures are coming back.
Don't worry about the Pacers. We're at MSG. We have time for the fourth quarter shenanigans that we do. The Knicks always win or lose the game in the fourth quarter most of the times when they're grinding.
I'm watching the shenanigan right here in the ring right here where Or Metza.
Jay Buff Bagwell, who, by the way, his mom shaves his nuts.
Oh, God.
How about some Nikki Duke in your life? Val Venus? Damian Priest? Huh?
I want Damian Priest, but Punishment Martinez autograph, not Damian Priest.
Ronnie Gervin? Look what Zaya Brookside wrote.
Absolute Savage. You're the best. And what?
Fucking hilarious. Keep smiling and entertaining.
Who the hell is that?
That's Zaya Brookside, man.
And she's at a whole Holiday Inn. Like, that looks real bootleg over there.
I don't know where she is there.
That doesn't look luxury.
It's pretty any luxury. It's at Brookside. Come on now.
Can we zoom in on the pool, please?
How about this one right here? Look at this.
Can we go back and zoom in on the pool, please?
Why? Leave her alone. Isaiah Brookside.
Can we zoom in the background? If everybody notices, there's like a lamp all the way.
Elliot wants a Monday and a Friday show. Well, if I start getting paid for this shit and I don't have to wake up and go to work every fucking other day, then maybe.
Can everybody
happen one day,
focus
Elliot?
on that lamp?
And that's what we're doing right now. We're here grinding every week to get to that point where we can get paid to do this shit.
Can everybody focus on that lamp that's all the way in the corner of the hotel?
Man, leave that lamp alone. Look at this. Diesel and Kane, Jay. How about some Coca Cabana? Huh?
Rip it.
Look at Raven. Look at this piece right here. Imagine getting this piece done by The Rock and Farouk and Kama all together.
That would be worth money.
You got a chance to do it here. Life is short. D'Lo Brown in the house. How about superstar Billy Graham? How about DDP, bro? And the hits keep coming as we're watching NXT live right now. I'm worried about Noam Dar.
Going at it.
Noam Dar is nowhere to be seen.
Mensa trying to go with a.
What do you think about this new guy, Jay?
I got the cutter.
A lot of people are high on him. A lot of people say that he's phenomenal.
Cutter. Javon Evans is incredible. He's a talented indie star.
Sean, that's what we're trying to do, but we have to earn that right. Apparently, Marty Jannetty
is flying.
Marty Jannetty can stream for 1 month and become a YouTube partner. Savage is over here streaming for 2 years. Still not a YouTube partner, but you can donate, Sean. If you go to wrestlingwithsavage.com, at the bottom, there's PayPal, there's Venmo. If you want, I can email you the Venmo. I can email you the PayPal. As a matter of fact, I am going to send you an email later tonight. I'll take care of you, Sean. I'll send you a detailed email. And you also have a care package coming your way in a couple of weeks. Because I have to take care of a lot of people right now.
It's Trick. Trick is out.
Trick is out.
Whoop that Trick.
I can get a low
Trick. Lash can't do
This
it.
match has lasted way longer than I thought it would, though, man. It's getting a little wild how long this match is actually lasting. Woo! Big shot by Aura Mensa right there.
Is it it? Is this it?
I believe the guy, what's his name with the blue truck?
Wait a minute. Javon Evans.
Jay, what's his name again?
Javon Evans.
Javon Evans. Yeah, listen, that.
Oh, what a kick.
I've been hearing about him for a while. He actually wrestled at a rival VXS, like a few shows.
Can he be better than Casey Navarro?
Can he be better than Wesley?
Nah, no way. That's a lie.
That's a lot.
That's like the same move Wesley does. That twisting moonsault on the top. It's over.
They put him over right away. He just put down Aura Mensa, who hasn't had a lot of success on NXT, to be honest.
He fought Dragunov. Of course.
I like that spinning elbow that Aura Mensa just did. That shit looked hella good, but this kid is good. Nice super kick. And then move off the top rope is absolutely fucking money, bro. Wait, you want a Triple H autograph? Is that what you said?
We got that too.
Jay, you remember when I paid for your Triple H autograph? I don't know if you still have it.
I don't. $50.
You see this right here?
$50.
No fucking way. This
is
the WrestleMania book. No,
$50 the book.
It's not
the
$50
book is
now, though.
Only sucky part is we wait like 3 hours, but
whatever. It was worth every moment.
Yeah, it's some crazy ass man. Yeah.
He also signed. I met him a second time, and he signed. That was the first time I met him, and then the second time he signed the Attitude Era title right up there.
And then there was the third time he got kicked out of MSG when he came out.
Well, I didn't meet him that time, but I'm sure he heard about it.
No, he heard about it. He heard about it.
I'm sure the whole building heard about what I did that night.
Here comes the Heritage Cup champion, Charlie Dempsey.
Super crazy in the house. How about Demolition? That's a rare one. And, of course, the baddest, bougettoist, Hollywood Haley James in the house. Harvey Whippleman next to Hollywood Haley James? The hell is that about? What are you doing over there, Harvey? Huh? Are you SAWFT?
Enzo Amore.
Oh, look at these guys.
These guys on fire. So I gotta give what credit's due, man. You saw them? You saw them?
Yeah, they're donating money. They're working.
No, in Africa, they had that match.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. in Africa.
John Twin says Brock Lesnar's the best wrestler ever. You know what, John? I can't argue with you. If
Wes
you want to
Lee
say
coming
that,
out.
it's arguable. You
Next.
can easily say that he's not only the best wrestler of all time, he could be the best entertainer, best fighter, best prize fighter. Brock Lesnar's an absolute animal, one of a kind athlete. Swerve Strickland. What about Swerve
best
Strickland?
color in the game?
I didn't even see the press conference yesterday. There was a press conference. What happened?
I didn't see. I heard
John
about
says Kurt Angle is the best wrestler ever. Like, see, we all have different opinions. For me, I thought Triple H was the best wrestler of all time.
it. Wow.
Another rare one, Orient Express.
Best wrestler? It's got to be Bret Hart, man.
You could say. Listen, man, I could argue that Chris Benoit was the best wrestler of all time.
Who?
Rob Van Dam was the best wrestler of all time. How about that?
In ECW.
Look at that nice three-piece set right there.
Nice,
Jay
WWE.
Sabu, Rob Van Dam, and Bill Alfonso.
ECW, he was
Ooh!
the man.
Look at this. Hugs and kisses from Katie Forbes for Savage.
It's
Another
just,
three-piece.
when you know does your soul's opposite, you already know, man.
Delete was over, man. WWE dropped the ball on Delete.
Wasn't it AEW that dropped the ball? Because he did it with
They dropped the
plan?
ball too, but WWE had a chance to capitalize on Delete. They had him for a minute. They might have him again. I don't think he signed with AEW.
The thing is, they started pairing with his brother, and they didn't give him promo time.
Well, now the rumor mill is that these guys are going to become the new AEW Tag Team Champions, taking the titles off of the Bucks. That's what everybody's talking about. Maybe you want to see a bro?
Yeah.
Riddle, bro?
Riddle?
RK, bro?
That's like
Bro.
a legend.
Bro. Oh, shit. Maybe you want a Hulk Hogan autograph. Maybe you want a Bret the Hitman Hart autograph.
Tomorrow, you should just have a half an hour. Boom.
Savage is bringing the heat. How about this guy? Just signed to the WWE. Jacob Fatu, Samoan, Werewolf. 8x10s are available for you. Maybe you want one of his uncle, Haku. Because Savage has worked with all of them. Savage has worked with all of them. And guess what? I got more. I have more and more and more. Jimmy Hart for days.
I want Jimmy and Honky Tonk.
Days, Jimmy.
Do you have Yokozuna?
Look, it's KC Navarro.
Do you have Yokozuna?
No, I don't fucking have Yokozuna, man. He's fucking dead. I have one of the newest rockers. Al Snow, Marty Jannetty. How about Speedball Mike Bailey? Sabu? How about Swerve Strickland? Your AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
It's crazy.
Or maybe you want some baseball players. Got some of those guys too.
Jesus. I feel like you're a sports memorabilia store. Like, you got everything.
We're trying over here on the Savage Kingdom, man. We're trying.
You got the Beatles?
Jay, how about you give everybody the breaking news? Are you ready? Let's hit it. Let's hit your favorite. Right here,
what's going on, everybody? Wrestling with Savage presents breaking news. WWE criticized for not answering key questions during pro-show press conferences. I personally don't know what the questions was. Savage, do you know what the question was?
He didn't answer. He didn't want to talk about Drew Gulak getting fired.
I see. Well, I wouldn't want to talk about that either, but it made it loud and clear that, hey, we let his contract expire. The Undertaker calls for a grittier WWE contract under new leadership. I think it is going to get grittier towards the end of the year going into Netflix. I do think we will see a change, something that will bring us back to what we all love, a different attitude era. Max Caster addresses targeting Vince McMahon and WWE in his freestyle raps. First of all, Max Caster right now is desperate. I don't care if he's your friend, Savage. He is desperate for attention. He is going to say WWE, Vince McMahon, all this other silliness when he needs to concentrate on his wrestling, for God's sakes. Stop taking that as a joke. He looked like he eat burger. I swear to God, every time I see this guy wrestle, every time in Dynamite Savage, he looks like he gained 10 pounds one week and then another 10 the next week. Jesus. Next slide.
To defend him, he just said this. He said, I have to stop talking about WWE because it takes away from my product. So he did say that publicly.
What product? Eating burgers? It doesn't count, Savage. No excuse. Lose weight. WWE planning significant changes for future premium live events. I think that's what I said in the beginning of the show. Jake the Aerial Assassin said it should start around 7. That was the whole rumor. I think that should be the case because let's face it.
And they're going to start being on Sunday.
But Sundays makes sense. Earlier makes more sense. Jesus, I don't want to watch wrestling till 11 on a Sunday night when I got work the next day. Jesus.
Shawn Michaels, I only have him signing my title. I'm going to be working with Shawn Michaels hopefully next year, so you'll get a chance to get some autographs then. Bobby the Brain Heenan, and he's dead. Yeah, Verge autograph, he's dead. Bob Appleton, he's barely alive. Damn, that's fucked up. That's great. Sean, they're on Netflix. Are we going PG? I don't think they're going PG. I think they're going rated R, man. Here we go, Jay. Next.
Kevin Owens labels Randy Orton as the true locker room leader. Yeah, and the way Randy Orton does it, folks, is he doesn't say I'm the leader. He just shows that he's the leader. It's not about acting or leading or saying I'm the leader, la la la. It's about your character. And everybody loves Randy Orton. And he is the perfect mold for what a WWE superstar should exactly be. Ex-WWE writer calls out King of the Ring tournaments for being meaningless. I agree. I think it's meaningless. I think it makes no point. I hate the fact that every winner, Savage, you could back me up. Every winner that we've seen in this modern era basically has that moniker or gimmick of just holding this King of the Ring for like 6 months. I'm tired of it.
I
just
feel like
waiting
King
for
of the Ring
that.
hasn't meant anything since the 90s.
I think you should just win it and move the hell on. You don't need to have the gimmick and come out with robes and etc. every Monday night. Jesus. Booker T not interested in managing Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair. Yeah, nobody should. It's perfect. Don't touch it.
I agree.
RVD willing to make WWE return for Kevin Owens match. RVD, let me give you some advice. Jay doesn't know you. Last time Jay met you, he was just frozen up because he had nothing to say to you. But don't worry, Jay got a lot of things to say now. But I will say this. Let me give you some advice. Why would you want to come back for WWE? You know they're not going to have plans for you. You're going to be on that not full-time, but you're going to have a kind of part-time schedule. Do you really want to do that to yourself? You're a main attraction, for God's sake. Stay beautiful. Do the podcast. Beautiful wife and family. And have business ventures on the outside. And you're on the indies. And sometimes Tony Khan just pays you ridiculous money for one night offs. I think that's best.
And why wouldn't it be okay for WWE to pay him for a one night off big amazing match?
They won't.
They might.
Why would I want to see a person I grew up loving in RVD in a situation when he's going to be booked as losing, no storyline, nothing to do with him? He's just basically elevating the other guys.
Well, what if there was a good story? Give it a chance.
And what's the difference with AEW? You know what's the difference? Gets a shitload of money. He only has to do it for one night, and he wins. He doesn't get booked as losing. So,
LA Knight addresses criticism over a King of the Ring match not being televised. He says, you know what? It's actually nice because it makes the house shows more fun, more exciting when there's something on the line. And you know what? I got to agree with him. If I was going to a high show and they told me something was, happening that was going to be part of a major pay-per-view, I'd be hyped too. That's cool. It's okay.
I mean,
the fans got mad. They said that this match should have been on TV.
I personally think, Savage, that his flame is kind of running out. It is.
I think they're saving him, but we'll see. We'll see. Some good news. Alpha the Wild Samoan successfully undergoes aortic valve replacement. It was a success, and he's back on the mend. And this guy's a fucking beast, bro. That's a strong dude right there.
Do you hear this? I'm the ruler. I'm the destroyer. Obafemi's on another level.
Obafemi right now out here. Wesley had a moment to come out here and make a statement.
This
It
guy
looks like
is gonna be.
Obafemi is the one making the statement here tonight, Jay.
These are the top 2 stars they have right now in NXT. Look at that authority. Welcome to best. Best. Look at that confidence. Look at that smile.
This will be a really good matchup, but I don't see it ending well for Wesley. I don't think Wesley can
I
beat
think you do.
Obafemi.
I think you need to give Oba the title. I think it's
Oba has
time.
the title.
No, the NXT title.
No, not yet. Not yet. Ivar making his presence known, and he doesn't look like a Viking tonight, Jay. He looks like a fucking biker. What's going on? Are these the biker raiders? What's going on in NXT, Jay?
Obafemi has the greatest facial expression that we have seen from a rookie. This guy is on another level.
Yo, you are on another level. Like, this is now the new Zion Quinn.
He's okay. Obafemi's my top 3 pick on the draft. Did we forget about that?
He's been money. Listen, he's been money on every TV show I've seen him on.
He's not. It's not money. Argue with you. It's super money. Okay. Super money.
Super money. Okay.
I don't know why Ivar's out here talking that crap because we don't hear him talk. So,
do you think NXT has lost some of its thunder after the draft?
Is he a Viking or is Ivar an American badass? What are we seeing here?
Who's coming out here right now? Is that
American Badass 2.0? Keep rolling.
Yo, they really like Josh Briggs, bro. They're pushing Josh Briggs to the moon, huh?
Of course. Why wouldn't you? He's the next big guy. Better than Von Wagner.
Not as big as Von Wagner, though.
Oh, better.
But he has been really good on the mic, though, lately.
Obafemi is the only star in that ring.
You don't think Wesley has a future in the WWE?
It's not that, but I think he'll be another Mello. He'll be all the way in the background waiting for the jump shot. Waiting. Look at that. He could talk. Briggs talks. It's good. He's like a modern day JBL.
Obafemi right now getting some praise from Josh Briggs, saying that we tore the damn house down.
I remember this mission. He put the bombs on Jax. It blows up. The guys are going to come shooting. They're going to come for you.
Got to kill some shit. It's all right. My batteries are low, though. That's not good.
This game is really ill, man. But you know what? I will only do it for the hunting. I want to get every animal on the map.
This game, when it first came out, was like on another level. This is definitely one of the best single-player games of all time.
Yeah. Everybody will say, "Oh, GTA got an open world," but this was a real open world.
Oh, GTA is an open world too. They're both open
This
worlds.
one though was huge. Like,
of course, no, GTA is bigger than this.
You have very compelling argument.
See, but with Obafemi though, I need to see like
fatal
performances. Like when you put him in a match with someone like Wesley,
we're gonna get the fatal
that match is gonna be like a 20-minute match because I don't see them letting him squash Wesley. They're not gonna
get the fatal 4-way.
They're not gonna like let him get squashed.
That's why I'm the champion. You are not. Look at that.
Match, by the way, man.
He's leaving. Oba's leaving.
Is going to be on that, and you know what I'm saying, man. You're not going to be all open about it like AEW cursing and not being blocked out. Be more specific, Sean. What do you mean the government's on all what? I probably read that comment late as hell, man.
We get a triple threat. The winner will get an opportunity against Obafemi.
Wait, Rich Holland's wrestling tonight on NXT? What the hell's going on here?
It's just huge. Obafemi. Who will get a shot at the North American Championship?
Right, we're out here. We're watching NXT. It's a Tuesday night.
Wow.
If you have any questions about wrestling,
very impressed with Oba.
Let me know.
Very impressed. Very impressed.
Look at Thea Hale. Thea Hale is.
Here comes a chase you, jokers.
Listen, Thea Hale is the biggest star on NXT. She's a bigger star than Obafemi. She's a bigger star than Wesley. Stop
Man, So when you win an MVP, you're MVP for every single year? I don't get it.
Thea Hale is the greatest superstar in NXT today.
You just said that about Metaphor.
No, they're the greatest faction on NXT today.
Okay, you said it about Nomar Dar.
Noam Dar is the greatest male superstar.
Said it about Lash Legend.
Lash Legend's not better than Thea Hale. I'll say that right now. Not gonna happen. Thea Hale is on another level, man.
Are we really seeing the Good Brothers come out?
Again, yeah, the Good Brothers. It's basically this is like New Japan Pro Wrestling now over here.
Can they stop doing the sign already? Like it's a little played out. All right. Like, come on.
What do I need? My rifle?
You're in NXT for God's sake. Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Coming out.
I had to put on my bandana, my bandit mask. Oh, here comes the train, Jay. Oh, time. Let's
Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Right now. It's time, gentlemen. That train's coming, Jay. Yeah, this game was so goddamn good when it came out, dude.
It is.
Are you kidding me? Boom, kaboom, kaboom. Oh, it's not working. Oh, no. See, now we're going to have to chase the damn train. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's cool.
See, that's what happens when you hire shit help. You have to hire professionals. When you hire people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, this is the kind of shit that happens. You got to jump on a train now.
Yeah, it was cool. Then you drink. I remember you drink like something and gives you hell, like a bottle of liquor or whatever.
Here we go. We're on the train. That guy went flying off. Then leave it. Look at this guy. What a bump. Unbelievable. That bump just left me high and dry like that.
Jesus.
And here we go. Oh, I got to grab Lenny. Come on, Lenny. Get your ass over here. If it wasn't for me, what would Lenny do, Jay? He'd be dead.
Probably will die.
He might.
Do I think Uncle Howie appears at King of the Ring? No, because it's a Saudi, so no. Got to do it in front of real live crowd. No offense to Saudi, but got to be in the States. Definitely. Oh, we may get a QR code.
Another QR code?
Maybe at King of the Ring.
They have to be setting up Uncle Hardy for the pay-per-view, though. I mean, like, if we wait any
not
longer...
for King of the Ring, though. Hell no. Hell no.
Why not?
Saudi? No. No. Makes no sense. I wouldn't even introduce Uncle Howie. I would just introduce, like, you know who I would introduce? Dexter Loomis. I would bring him back and make him disappear and show like
oh, I got fucking
everybody has a group every other week.
Sorry, man. Uncle Howdy, it's gonna be Uncle Howdy, and who else is gonna be in that whole faction though? Like, and do you think they're gonna introduce them one at a time? Are they gonna come out in full gimmick?
Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman.
Oh, so you think they're gonna pull the trigger on Braun too right away?
And I'll throw a knuckle of a Joe Gacy. I think they will, but let's face it. On Raw, it looks like Braun is gonna feud with Judgment Day, so it looks like it's not gonna happen anytime soon.
I could see that.
You know what I could see, Savage? I'll use what you said about Jey Uso. I'll say this. Let Uncle Howie come out in his first feud with Jey Uso. Why? Because of the Fireflies. Do that. And it will be a good match.
But do you think we're going to see the Firefly Funhouse in full effect, or are they going to go like part-time on it?
I think they should do little what they're doing now.
Great question, Elliot. Obviously, I think we started talking about that. You probably put that into my brain subconsciously without even reading that comment.
I don't think you will.
Well, we're talking about it. I think they need to bring Uncle Howdy at this event, though. Why not? Why not? It doesn't matter where. Just
it does. What's Saudi? No. Savage.
Get this story rolling, man. Because then people will be hyped for Monday Night Raw. By the way, how good does Lexus King look tonight?
Why would you be hyped? King of the Ring is like 12 o'clock. Why would you be so hyped?
Is Lexus King a superstar, Jay? Is Lexus King a superstar?
Get the hell out of here, superstar. You can't do it in front of that crowd. No offense to Saudi. I'm not trying to be racist.
I'm asking you about Lexus King. Is Lexus
I'm talking about what's happening now. Lexus King is a loser. I'm talking about what we were talking about.
All right, everybody in the chat, in the comments, let me know. I want to know, do you think Lexus King is a superstar?
No, he's not.
You're not part of the chat. I'm asking the chat.
Look who he is with another green.
Did I really just fall off the train like an idiot? My God.
We
got about half an hour left in NXT. Chase U coming out to the ring right now. Let's see what we're going to see here tonight from NXT. So we got Riley and Rich Holland. They're about to have a tag team match right now. Thea Hale's out there. Chase is out there. Rich Holland is out there. Duke Hudson is out there. Chase U looking stronger than ever. Andre Chase looking very healthy indeed. Maybe I can actually complete this time without getting slapped like an idiot. It's kind of hard to watch everything. And, of course, the Knicks are playing. And the Knicks are up, Jay. They are up big. They're 69 to 54.
I'm watching it.
Oh, my God.
Got two things going on right now. NXT. I got this. The game. Got Red Dead Redemption. Got Wrestling with Savage. We got a lot of things going on. Look at that Red Dead Redemption. Where you going? Who you shooting?
Oh, that guy just killed him. I'm just going to go tap everybody.
You got to duck, man. You got to duck. You got to, like, you know.
I got to pay attention.
Yeah, you're just shooting right at this dude. Using your red eye already.
There's a headshot right there. Look, he's dead. They told me to use red eye.
You don't have to use all your red eye.
Why? It comes back fast.
Nah.
This mission's almost over.
You don't come back fast.
That guy got clapped. Look at that reaction time. All right, we got to climb now. We got to climb. And this time not fall off the train.
You can't be busy for months.
Look at that shit. Headshot. No red eye.
I will always fool around in that game. Just go around, shoot people.
This game is one of the most fun games ever made. Grand Theft Auto, all Rockstar always makes the best shit, bro.
You should make a part 3, man.
They are. Look at. Oh, this guy hit me with a frying pan, son.
Oh, you're dead.
I'm breaking free, man. What are you talking about? He's dead now. What's up now, bitch? I'm gonna beat him.
Now, Ridge is really giving it.
I'm gonna beat him to death.
Got a tag here.
Off the train he goes, that piece of shit.
This is such a
train. So I'm watching the Good Brothers right now, and listen.
Tag team.
Listen. Chase U has a lot to learn from this matchup because at the end of the day, whether you love the Good Brothers, hate the Good Brothers, there's a lot that they can teach the entire NXT locker room. That's why they're there. They're veterans. They've been around the world. They've worked for literally every company under the sun, Jay, and there's nobody on the NXT roster right now that's more qualified to work with tag teams or wrestlers than the Good Brothers right now.
I do think, Elliot, that they're waiting the last few days to renew her contract, but I don't think it's going to be higher than Mercedes. I think Tony Khan gave her like a shitload of money, like 10, 15 million. Ain't no way Becky Lynch.
Tony Khan's got plenty of money.
Ain't no way Becky Lynch making 10, 15 million.
There's a rumor going on that she's a free agent and that Tony is dangling a lot of money in front of her.
You got to give Becky Lynch like $30 million.
Come on, man.
Yeah. She's a New York Times bestseller.
You'll never make that money back. $30 million is a lot of money to make back.
You get it back.
When? After they butcher her? Like they butchered Sasha Banks?
When you book her with a match against either Timeless Tony Storm, Britt Baker, or Jamie Hayter, you'll get your money back. Yes, you'll get your money back. Becky Lynch, the Man versus the Doctor, Britt Baker. What?
Could happen. But
that will get your money back and merch sales. from both.
How many women do they already have on the roster that aren't being utilized? How many more do we have to sign? How many more do we have to sign that aren't going to get utilized properly?
That's
you
not
think
their
Becky
fault.
Lynch coming over to AEW, she's going to get utilized?
Yes, I do. I think she'll be treated like a CM Punk. Let's face it, Mercedes is just another woman on the roster because that's on her, and she's been exposed. Been saying it for a long time. She's not the one to elevate that division. So, with that being said, yeah, I think Becky Lynch could do a hell of a lot in AEW, but she'll never go there.
True Crime Streets of LA, I played that. That game was good. There was a lot of good old school Xbox games. Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon. Will Becky renew her contract?
True Crime. That was an oldie. Right?
Jay was just talking about that, probably based off your question. We appreciate you, Elliot.
Manhunt.
Shout out to the Savage Kingdom. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Let all your wrestling buddies know that they can watch Wrestling with Savage every Tuesday night, every Wednesday night, and after Memorial Day, Thursday nights too, brother.
Good brother's really having it to chase you over here. Who is this guy? I forgot his name. Riley? Is it Riley? Oh, what a spin. It looked like a Willow Peak or Bell, whatever that Jeff Hardy spin does. What is it? Whisper in the Wind or whatever?
Whisper in the Wind?
I don't even know, man. That Jeff Hardy flip. Here comes Ridge. He's going nuts.
Jay, you got to give some of these guys a break sometimes, bro. They've been wrestling their whole life. They don't know how to do anything else, and it's hard to let it go. I just listened to it, an interview that Undertaker did. He was on Busted Open, and he said the hardest thing for me is not getting back in the ring. He went to the Royal Rumble, and he left as soon as the matches started because he said watching the matches makes me sick because I want to be in the match. I don't want to just be there. I want, dude, when you're a wrestler, you love that shit, man, more than anything. And when you stop wrestling, it's hard. It's hard to do anything else when you can't wrestle anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets involved in the future again.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. He wants to get involved in a major way. He wants to be a player, bro. He doesn't want to just have matches.
Those days are done, man.
Obviously, yes, we know that.
They've been done. Listen, to be honest, they've been done a long time ago.
Well, I thought his last match with AJ Styles was done good, bro.
I thought the Undertaker Roman Reigns.
Now, who the hell is Carly Bright, Jay? They're trying to put her over right now on NXT. Carly Bright. Have you watched her on Level Up?
Not at all.
What night does Level Up even stream? Is that a YouTube show?
I just watched the clips on social media.
I definitely see clips. Yeah, but
she could
I don't even know what the show is.
She could be the future Carly Bright.
Kind of looks like Zaya Brookside a little bit there.
She could.
Now, how about that feud right there? Rock and Hogan over here. Rock and Hogan was great, man. That to me, like we talked about best promo earlier, best match of all time as far as wrestling entertainment goes, has to be Rock and Hulk Hogan, man. That shit was fucking crazy.
Well, it's passing of the torch.
Beyond passing of the torch. The hell do I got to do now? I got to take all this shit? Come on, man. Not paying attention. I'm just playing.
You don't even know what to do. What did I do? I killed everybody.
I killed everybody. I'm now on the train now. I think I got to loot some shit.
Look around, man.
Yeah, I'm going to loot.
Doesn't the train blow up?
I think I just got to search for shit. Basically. Yeah, you're here to rob a fucking train. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, search for the gold.
Yeah, we got to search for money, the gold, some fucking liquor.
Money in the Bank prediction, early winners? Not yet, man.
Good question. Money in the Bank. I think Gable would be a good candidate to win Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he's feuding with Zammy. I don't know, man. I need to see who the players are. It all depends on.
To me, I wouldn't get mad if you skip Gable from the IC and he just goes right after the world title. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. You do? You got a problem with that?
Oh my God. This guy said, just let him go. Screw the IC. Let him go for the title. What?
Yeah.
Shorty G main eventing WrestleMania 41. Oh my God. in Vegas, the biggest area
All
to do
right.
wrestling in.
How about Finn Balor winning the Money in the Bank and then having that option to cash in on
We
Damian?
all know what he could do, Savage. We gave him a title. He got
Do you
injured.
not think that's a good prediction? Finn Balor has that Money in the Bank and he has it always ready to cash in on maybe Damian at any given time?
Again with the Judgment Day having it again?
Maybe.
2 years in a row?
Listen, that's a good way to keep them relevant because without Rhea Ripley, you got to admit, hold on, without Rhea Ripley, they're losing a little relevancy, and maybe that Money in the Bank could be just what they need to stay relevant.
I'll tell you who needs it, who's stale and is losing credibility. LA Knight. Give it to him.
Great. That's actually a great choice. I can't even argue with it.
Give it to him. He's becoming stale.
Unless they just give it to Gunther. Gunther's another obvious choice.
No. He could earn it on his own, man. He don't need a briefcase.
I might have to say this. I think whoever loses between Gunther or Jay, I think that's the winner of the Money in the Bank.
Wait, so what happens when you
Jay
win
wins the King of the Ring? If Jay wins King of the Ring, Gunther wins Money in the Bank. If
What
Gunther
happens
wins
when
King of the Ring, Jay wins Money in the Bank.
What happens when you win King of the Ring? What do you get?
You get a round of applause and a fucking gift card to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
All right, maybe Applebee's. I don't know.
But what do you get for King of the Ring?
I don't think you get shit. You get a fucking
You don't get a title shot?
You get a maybe that's the way it should be.
Well, then it's
back in the day when Bret Hart won King of the Ring, catapulted him to the main event. You know, Stone Cold King of the Ring catapults him to the main event. That's what the King of the Ring is supposed to do. Stone Cold didn't get a title shot when he won King of the Ring. He just got a push. He had to still earn the title shot.
I will give it a Jay. Let Jay win King of the Ring. Let Gunther earn the World Heavyweight Championship. And yeah.
What else do I got to take on this fucking train? Can we get this over with already? This is brutal.
Oh, we got commercials on NXT, so you're good.
Non-stop commercials. But the main event's going to have like 20 minutes right now.
That's crazy.
A lot of shit happened last week on NXT. We're here every Tuesday night.
There he goes.
OXM defeated Blade and Anofi.
Saturday.
Noam Dar wasn't able to compete in the match. Ora Mensah took his place and he lost. Here's Carly Bright. I guess this is going to be the main event, but first, we're about to watch Carly Bright make her NXT debut on Tuesday nights, I think, right?
This is huge.
That's what they just said. Her in-ring NXT debut. Booker T already putting her over, saying that she's got a lot of skill.
I'm going to have to research this.
I'm glad she didn't grab a microphone, though, so this is just going to be wrestling. But she's taking on Lola Vice. This cannot be good news for her.
That's not going to be good news.
Oh, there was a lockbox here. I found the lockbox. I think that's what I needed. God damn it. When this game first came out, Jay, I took a week off of work to beat it. All right, Lola Vice is... I don't even know what to tell you anymore, Jay.
Trying to get some research on this Carly.
The Knicks are only up by 7 in the third quarter. A lot of time left. It looks like this is going to be a high-scoring affair. We're here on Wrestling with Savage. We're watching Lola Vice taking on Carly Bright. And Lola Vice just took down Carly Bright with one kick. And now a single leg takedown. Looks like she's going into the half crab. No, Carly Bright with a beautiful counter on the roll-up. Straight into another roll-up.
She's a former cheerleader.
Another roll-up. She's going for the cover right away. She's wasting no time.
But she has wrestled in the Indies.
Here she goes. She has a side headlock now on Lola Vice. Lola, I don't think was expecting this kind of outburst.
She's better than Lola. She's better than Lola.
Carly Bright with a beautiful backflip out of the counter. Cross body, putting Lola down into the cover. Able to get a 2 count on Lola on her debut. That's kind of wild right there. Lola in the corner. Carly Bright coming in for the attack. Lola with the counter. Carly comes back with a forearm. Lola now takes control of the match with a nice placed kick right to the midsection. Good match so far.
This is really good.
Natty is obviously paying attention to this match right there. Shorty G, I like it. Shorty G, future world champion?
Stop.
He should be a future world champion. Let's be honest.
If he wants to be a champion of Lucky Charms, it's okay with me. It's fine. Got it.
Why do you have to disrespect Gable like that, you fucking asshole?
Why do you have to be disrespectful to Roxanne Perez?
Roxanne Perez is awesome.
Can we rewind
Now,
from a year or two ago?
all right, she impressed me over the last year and a half.
She didn't impress you from the beginning.
She didn't. She fucking didn't.
She did.
Because Cora Jade was better in the beginning.
You didn't even like Cora Jade.
She was better than Roxanne Perez when I first saw him.
With a skateboard?
Yeah. I thought she was AJ Lee 2.0.
Savage, she got signed with a boyfriend. Next thing you know, they fired the
No,
bastard.
who the hell is this girl? Carly. She's good.
She's a former cheerleader.
Very good. Her dexterity's on point, and she's running circles right now around Lola
What, she
Vice,
has
making her look bad on Tuesday night. Drop kick, hit her right in the chest. She's fired up. Carly Bright here, taking advantage of her NXT debut. Did she just do Wesley's finisher as a regular move, Jay?
Oh, cool.
Standing moonsault.
Wow.
She just did like a cartwheel Pele kick, and it wasn't bad.
This is impressive.
She's going to the top rope. All right, but Carly Bright ended up getting knocked out from Lola Vice. Shayna Baszler coming in there motivating Lola Vice. Do you think? I think Shayna's going to turn on Lola.
Maybe.
Oh, wait, Natty's coming out. Maybe no need. Because Lola Vice was about to get that abuse in on Carly Bright, and Natty wasn't having any of it. Lola Vice now being taken out from Petrovic. Natty taking out Shayna. They've cleaned house. Have control of the NXT arena.
Oh, boy. It's going down.
Do I have to just kill these guys? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Petrovic, pretty good on the mic right there. Short, sweet, making a challenge.
Definitely going down. Going down.
I think I'm going to kill one of these guys.
Yeah, kill him. Oh, what was that? Looked like he was going to fight you. Oh, he's dead.
Let's get that on the full screen so we make sure you all can see it's confirmed. He's dead.
Jesus.
There goes his fucking head. That's the way to do it, Jay.
This guy next? Oh, he's dead. Oh, you missed.
It's okay.
Rich Holland and Thea Hale hugging it out. What's going on over here? Is he going to form and chase you?
Okay, they're all dead. We're good.
You gotta believe him. Tony D'Angelo.
Main
Tony.
event coming up. NXT. Tony D. Representing the D'Angelo family, the Don of NXT. Taking on Carly Dempsey. I wonder, Jay, how long before we see William Regal maybe get involved with his son on TV?
I hope he doesn't.
You don't want him to at all? Ever?
I hope for his sakes. Leave Charlie Dempsey failing. He is bad on the mic, and I don't like his work.
You're a terrible human being.
I'm trying to help William Regal out. How terrible you be? To stay away.
Talking shit about his son. Do you think he would like that?
Maybe somebody gotta tell him the truth. Son needs work. Needs work. Let him figure it out on his own. Let him figure it out on his own. Who
do you think's winning this match right now between Charlie Dempsey and Tony D, man?
I hope it's Charlie Dempsey because this would be embarrassing for Tony D'Angelo.
I think Tony D'Angelo needs this win. He needs the momentum because he hasn't had a lot of momentum in NXT in a minute, bro.
No, don't give him this win. Don't give him that Heritage Cup so he can carry it around like a dumbass.
He doesn't need to carry it around. All right, Crucifino can carry it around.
Hell no. This was embarrassing. I wouldn't be a Tony D. If Tony D wins, I am no longer a fan of Tony D.
So you don't want that Heritage Cup? You'd rather him lose?
A month ago, he goes to fighting for the title, and now you put him in a Heritage Cup match? Oh, come on.
You'd rather him lose.
How did he cut promo saying the next step is a title, but then you go to the Heritage Cup? What are we doing over here? What are we doing? Give it to that dumb blonde, that Rizzo girl. Give it to her. Give her the stupid cup.
Why?
Because she needs it more than anything, Savage. The last time you saw her wrestle was against Parker, and guess what? She hasn't wrestled since. Why? Because she's bad. She's worse than Jade. I can't believe I'm saying that. She's worse than Jade Cargill.
You're crazy.
Well, I'm sorry, Jade Cargill. What? Remember?
But they're not giving her a chance, bro. They don't give her any TV time.
We already saw what happened. We gave her two chances.
What do you mean? You give Von Wagner like 86 chances, you give other guys like 10 chances, she's had one?
Listen, it's different. Wagner's a guy, this is a female. Female, okay, he's a male, she's a female. Females
that's sexist, now you're being fucking sexist.
That's what we're seeing. So instead of using Rizzo as a wrestler, let's use her as a mouthpiece and have her come out with the D'Angelo fan. We can't do that of Von Wagner. Hey, come out for Robert Stone's kids. They're about to have a match. Come be the manager. Come be on the outside. Can't do it.
Shout out to Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty is in the house. Shout out to Marty Jannetty.
He might be on another level. He might not even know he's fucking in here.
He might come in. Shout out to Marty Jannetty. What's up, baby? We see you. You watching that basketball game? Woo! Shout out to Paisanos once again. Woo!
Next up by 16 right now. Unbelievable. Keeping the Pacers under 70 points right now. Taking a big fucking lead.
Keep it going. It's only third quarter. Keep it going.
Let's go, New York. Let's go.
Carmelo. Carmelo's sitting down having a drink.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. I can't fucking wait to go to Boston. And as a Knicks fan, I'm going to go to TD Garden and shit on all those motherfuckers.
That's right. Marty Jannetty is in the chat, folks. Ask your questions. What you got to say to the Marty guy?
Marty Jannetty's a fucking legend, man. Tomorrow night, we're watching AEW. And then on Thursday night, man, big time fucking episode, man. And let me know what your favorite promo of all time is, by the way. You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the greatest fucking wrestling podcast in the world today. Tomorrow night, the same thing, except we'll be talking about Swerve Strickland, AEW, Double or Nothing, AEW breaking news, and much more. And next fucking week, I can't fucking wait. Next week, it's story time. Without Snow on the Party with Marty, bro. It is huge. Jay, you know who else I just locked up for the Marty Jannetty show later in the year?
DDP.
Kurt Angle.
That's huge.
Jay, you never thought growing up that you'd be just hanging out, just talking to fucking wrestlers at night with me, did you?
I never thought in my wildest dreams I would talk to Mr. Kennedy.
That was crazy too. That was our first big interview, I think.
And he laid it out on the table. That's
that I don't care what anybody says. You can go and compare that interview we did with Ken Anderson with any other podcast interview that's out there. That shit's up there with the best of them. real, organic, natural.
You could have got nominated for an award, man.
Should have, 100%.
A Wembley award.
They need to start paying us. Vice needs to pay us. Me and Marty are going to work on another episode called The Darkest Side of the Ring, coming out later in the year.
But Marty, Al Snow next week. Oof.
Huge.
Marty, what you got to say in the chat? Let people know about story time with Al Snow next week.
Marty probably just came in. He probably just passed out. He came in here, typed one thing, and went to sleep.
Passed out. He likes to see Jay. He likes to see Jay talk that smack.
He's partying.
He's watching.
Marty's always partying. He never stops partying. I've never met anyone that parties as much as this guy. Ever.
Somebody said send him the link. I don't know about that. It'll be a long night. We do that. I want to party with Marty, Elliot says.
Everybody wants to party with Marty, man. Heritage Cup match about to go down right now. 6 3-minute rounds, 20-second breaks between rounds. 2 of 3 falls. Falls can be scored by pinfall, submission, or count out. When a fall occurs, the round ends. It's going down, and Tony D is coming out first as we get ready for our main event of the night here at the Performance Center.
Yes. Savage needs to play the Mr. Kennedy live after one show. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow.
You guys want me to do it? I'll do it tonight. As soon as this show ends, I will go and make that happen for you guys.
As soon as we get
Maybe I could just make it happen as soon as this show ends. I can do it without even ending the show.
That's cool.
I'm that goddamn talented. What can I tell you?
Here comes Tony D to the Angelo family.
You give the people some play-by-play what's going on right now. No much play-by-play. They're just coming to the ring, but.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is not a long match. I'll tell you that.
I found it already. Here it is.
I can't believe this guy is fighting for the Heritage Cup. It's ridiculous. A top star in NXT put him to fight for the Heritage Cup. Man, Brunson's doing all the work here in the third quarter. 12-1 run in the last 3 minutes.
Wow, Knicks with a 20-point lead. We're watching NXT. As soon as this show ends, we are going to play for you the Ken Anderson interview in its entirety. It's an hour and 30 minutes. I think you guys are going to love it if you've never seen it before. A little bonus content for you guys tonight.
Yeah. Let us know we should have got nominated for Wembley Award. I think we should.
Mr. Yeah, Sean, I know you're going to stick around and watch it, bro. If you didn't see it, you'll love it. It's a great interview. He tells stories about Vince. There's some good shit in there, bro. Really good shit. Some stuff that you definitely didn't know about Mr. Kennedy, that Jay got out of him, that I got out of him.
And we got a lot of stuff out of him.
He likes it. He's going to watch it, and he's going to go to sleep to Wrestling with Savage tonight, and Mr. Kennedy.
Shout out to Mr. Kennedy.
Everybody wants to party with Marty.
Damn, Marty just came, said woo, and left. Jeez.
Yeah, I agree, Elliot. I love Tony. I think him winning this doesn't hurt him at all, man. I think, I'd rather have him win this match than lose the match. I'm cheering for Tony D this match, Jay. I don't know about you. I forgot how long this game was in the beginning before you start getting to the cities.
I get what you're saying, Elliot, but you cannot let this guy win this cup tonight. No freaking.
First of all, you can let him win the cup.
No.
You should let him win the cup.
Stop.
Come on, stop hating. Oh, the wagon fell apart. I fucked up already. That's funny.
You could book him with mid-carders, but no, not let him win this. This is below him.
I think they are going to let him win, man.
Oh, God. I can't watch Tony D. I can't watch NXT anymore. They do this.
I'm not bothering Marty right now. Trust me, Sean, I know what he's doing. He's chilling with the Adorator right now, Addy. Which, by the way, you can check out Addy on kpopcrazy.com. Go check out all of our merch. And also, Jay, I wanted to share this with the Savage Kingdom. I've been working on a new website that's going to really help us.
There's a fight going on. There's a fight going on MSG right now.
Look at this. I'm going to share this right now. Hold on.
Let's see it.
All right. Right now, it does have merch, but there's new merch coming. For right now, though, you can go on here right now. Okay, the site is live, and you can pick up. Look at all this stuff. Look at the brands. There's Marty Jannetty merchandise, Jay, for days on here already. It just got approved. You can buy baby clothes, hats, tote bags,
really cool.
sweaters, cups, thermoses, mugs, a bandana for your dog. Okay, and it doesn't end there, Jay. There's also Slade merchandise, Jay. Savage and Slade, mug, thermoses, more coming as well, like a lot of merch. And most importantly, Wrestling with Savage merch, Jay, for your son, for my son, for maybe your wife, a tank top. Dude, Wrestling with Savage cooking apron. Wrestling with Savage cooking apron, Jay. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at all this shit. Wrestling with Savage thermos. We have a fucking thermos. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at all this merch, Jay. Bandanas for a duffel bag. You want a Wrestling with Savage duffel bag? $21. $21.
That's a good deal for a duffel.
Look at this. $27 for this football shirt.
That guy looks like me.
Look at it does. Look at you. That's Jay.
Jesus Christ. What the hell?
Look at this sweater. High quality sweater, $41. A book bag, Jay. $31.99. Wrestling with Savage fucking book bag.
That's cheap.
Look at this shit. Look. Hats, hoodies, bags. Fuck, man. There's so much fucking merch. You want to fucking look at this? A fanny pack, Jay. A Wrestling with Savage fucking fanny pack. Look, there's a fucking teddy bear, Jay. $20.99 for a fucking teddy bear.
What happened to that teddy bear's eye?
You need shorts, Jay? How about the Wrestling with Savage collection?
That's
fucking
cool, man.
Shorts, Jay.
I like the shorts.
Look at this. Hats, duffel bags. How about a fucking panda bear, Jay?
That looks cool.
A fucking panda bear. A fucking bunny, a fucking monkey. And your traditional classic Wrestling with Savage fucking teddy bear. And it's fucking live. It's live right
teddy bear
now.
with the F
We're going
word?
to take over the fucking world. No one's going to bring you better fucking superstars and merchandise.
You introduced the teddy bears and pandas, but why you said the F word on them?
Fucking
Look at this effing panda. Look at this effing bear. Look at that effing bear do this.
The Don picks up the first fall, by the way, Jay.
Oh, God.
The Don picks up the first fucking fall.
My nightmare is becoming a reality. Oh, Jesus.
The Knicks are up. They're up big. This game looks like it's going to be over, but there's still so much time left. The Pacers have a squad, Jay.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They can come back any moment.
I think they'll win Game 6, to be honest.
The Don up right now, 1-0. We're watching NXT here on the greatest podcast of all time, Wrestling with Savage. As soon as this show ends, we're not going to end it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to end it. Instead, we're going to go straight to a little episode that we did quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
Our interview with Ken Anderson. It's ready to play. Yeah, I'll play a little bit for you now.
Gotta hear it, dude.
Can you hear it?
No.
No?
I don't.
All right, hold on. We'll fix that. I probably didn't do the.
Oh, we got time. We got a picture here, so.
There we go. Look, check this out.
Oh, there you
Now
go.
you hear it, right?
Is that who I think it is? That Mister. What's going on, brother?
Thanks for waiting for me, guys. I'm very sorry.
I'd wait for you till 8 in the morning if it took,
No
man.
problem.
You can go to sleep. I'll still be here. I'll be waiting for you, bro.
Beautiful.
So what's going on, man? You just finished coming back from a little action. Let's see this right here. Let's watch this.
This is a warning. That
This is what you do.
is coming.
Nice. Solid contact. Woo!
War is coming.
Solid takedowns here. Look at that spine buster right there. Beautiful. All right, that might have been a little excessive, but nonetheless, that's some good shit right there, man. That's what you're coming back from right now? Those are your current students?
Yeah, we had it was advanced night tonight, so
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will continue as soon as we're done here with NXT. You got a little preview right there.
Cool.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, it was good. It was long. It was good.
But Jay, you see how sick that merch store looks, man? That's next level shit, baby. We now have official merchandise store, and we can make whatever we want. As many logos, shirts.
Now I know where to get a duffel bag.
There you go, man. I think it's going to be huge. We got 3 channels on there, all in one link. You can support Spencer Slade, you can support Marty Jannetty, and you can support Wrestling with Savage.
That's what we need to have back. Your client needs to talk about that NWA Crockett Cup tournament.
That's true. We might have to talk to Mr. Slade. He's a busy man lately, though. We're keeping him booked up all over the country.
Plus, I would love to hear him of your promo with The Rock. I would love to hear what he thought about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he got a kick out of it. I know he got a kick out of it.
Love to see his reaction.
Don, right now, Charlie Dempsey putting on a nice technical match. Don has the lead early on. We're in round 3 right now. Charlie Dempsey working on that arm.
And the Knicks are demolishing the Pacers.
Yeah, no, the Knicks are. This is great news. I know, John Gilcher, if you're out there, I know you're loving every fucking second of this, as all the New York Knicks fans are.
It's better than this match, I'll tell you that.
What's going on with the Rangers?
They lost yesterday.
Lost yesterday. They're playing again tomorrow, right?
I think in Carolina, though. I think so. Oh, the Pacers just scored. Wow.
Let me know in the chat if you're excited about watching that Ken Anderson interview.
Dempsey right here trying to have the armbar.
Okay, I like it, Sean. You got it, brother. Hit me up with a cameo, and I will definitely give you advice for all your issues. By the way, I'm also on Cameo now, Jay. Savage is on Cameo.
I saw that.
If you need advice, if you need help, maybe you need a way to tell your girlfriend that you got to break up with her. Maybe you got to tell your wife that you need a divorce. Maybe you want to quit your job and you don't know how. Maybe you need someone to just talk a little shit on your behalf to a certain someone in your life. Maybe you hit up Savage on Cameo, and I help you out like I'm on to help Sean. That's not a bad idea, Sean. I might have to tell Jerry Lawler you said that. Show me the puppies. I remember Show Me the Puppies. Yeah, Rhino's going to be up there. I'll be there for that. Rhino just got enough. He'll be at the rest of the universe.
Around. Tony D throwing Dempsey around like a rag doll.
All right, so Charlie Dempsey right now. What just happened right now, Jay?
Whoa. Tony D hit that ring post. Dempsey did
Charlie Dempsey just tie this up here?
I'm a little behind.
I think Charlie Dempsey just tied this up. He took advantage of Tony D's shoulder.
Well, his shoulder is definitely popped. Looked like it hurt a little bit.
I think we got a tie right now here going into round 4. And Charlie Dempsey wasted no time tying it up, going right after that left shoulder. Nice wrist lock. He just chopped his shoulder 3 times. Shot to the rib, arm breaker. Holy moly, God. I like what Charlie Dempsey's doing right now. He's having a real good match with Tony D'Angelo here in the main event. And it's got to tell you a lot about Charlie Dempsey. It's got to tell you a lot about what Shawn Michaels thinks about him. Putting him in a main event situation like this against a seasoned NXT veteran in Tony D'Angelo.
I just don't like the concept.
You remember how much we hated Tony D'Angelo when we first started doing this show?
Yeah, well, I hate Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah, that might change in a few months too. He keeps putting on matches like this.
It won't.
Charlie Dempsey's a great wrestler, Jay. I don't know why you can't see it.
In Japan?
In America, in Japan, in Europe, anywhere he's in a ring.
Japan
he is one of the most efficient, sufficient technical wrestlers I've seen in the year 2024. And Drew Gulak getting released, probably the best thing that ever happened for Charlie Dempsey. Because now he can take center stage and take control of No Quarter Catch Crew.
This is a guy that said Thea Hale is the greatest star in NXT.
Thea Hale is the biggest female star in NXT. She will make more money than everyone on that roster at the end of the day. I promise you. I promise you that. We're going for a bumpy ride here with a stupid horse carriage.
Oh, now we head to the fourth quarter.
Stay tuned, Savage Kingdom. My interview with Ken Anderson. Jay had some fire questions. If you missed it,
gotta watch back.
We're gonna let it play tonight. All 90 minutes of it.
Another tried attempt on the armbar there by Dempsey.
Charlie Dempsey's been impressive, man.
Is this gonna go to round 5?
I think it's going to go to round 6. I think they're going to take this to 10-15. Let's see. No commercial breaks right now. I'm loving it as Tony D's taking command of the match. Huge, thunderous right-hand shots. Billy-to-Billy suplex on Dempsey, who gets right up somehow, but now he hits another Billy-to-Billy. Let's see if D'Angelo can catch this spine buster and take a commanding 2-1 lead here in the 4th round. Charlie Dempsey fighting. Shots in the midsection.
Oh.
No, D'Angelo with a spine buster. Get the cover, you idiot.
He's not going for the cover.
He's not going to make it in time. Tony D'Angelo very slow on the cover. Did not take advantage of that opportunity. And Jay, I'm going to have to say it right here, right now. I think that just cost Tony D'Angelo this match, Jay.
Good. Doesn't need the win.
I don't see Tony D'Angelo getting another spine buster right now, even though he looks like he's going for a furious forearm to the face. But Dempsey had enough time to recover. He's able to kick out. Beautiful German suplex from Tony to Charlie, but a shitty cover. He didn't even cover him, and now he's being attacked. David Kemp and oh my God, David Kemp, Evan Miles out here attacking the family. Tony D'Angelo trying to get his hands. This is how is this not an instant disqualification? Somehow Tony D'Angelo able to still take control of the match. Right hand sends this guy flying. Dempsey with a roll up. Bridge. Not able to pick it up though. Big knee to the face though. Charlie Dempsey. Underhook suplex. Tony D'Angelo with a counter. Fisherman suplex. Into the cover. And Tony D'Angelo wins. And he is the new Heritage Cup champion, Jay. I was wrong. Tony D'Angelo super impressive tonight. Charlie Dempsey super impressive.
So bad.
All right, Jay, you didn't like it. But at the end of the day, he's holding up that cup, baby. He's holding up that cup.
For him, nothing.
He's holding up that cup.
This is bad booking, man.
What's going on in the locker room, Jay? Is that Wesley?
Wesley's Jay,
breaking news. Multiple bodies down in the locker room. Ivar down.
Uh-oh.
Dallas is back, and they've taken out everybody.
And they did train The Rock.
And this is just the beginning. Yes, they did train The Rock. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Kennedy.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for loving the show, supporting the
Thank
show,
you, man.
commenting,
We love
being
you.
a part of the show. We appreciate you. With no further ado, I bring you.
This is big.
We do it? Ready?
Do it. Drop it.
Right. Everybody have a good night and enjoy the Ken Anderson.
We had a couple matches. I've actually been going live with them on my Instagram just to kind of give people a, I peel back the curtain a little bit. Hopefully there's some independent wrestlers out there that are able to watch and, maybe pick one little thing, one little tidbit of information up from watching. We'll have matches and then critiques, and I always open it up to everybody. So everybody, because I believe that even if you're brand new, you still have, we all have opinions, and when something looks good and when something looks bad, right? So, yeah. Every Tuesday and Thursday night.
I've been watching a lot of your live streams. I love the fact that you're streaming the matches. Like, it's fun. If there's nothing going on that night, I've stuck around for at least half an hour before watching matches until my wife will start nagging me about something. I'm sure you know how that goes. By the way, you have a beautiful family.
My wife never nags.
That's awesome.
Love you, honey.
There you go. I love my wife, but she's Greek, traditional, loud.
Mine is too.
Really?
Yeah.
What part of Greece?
Australia.
Australia. Okay. I like it. No problem.
Yeah. What? Sparta.
Sparta. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Sparta.
You got a warrior, a fighter, a cook.
Yep.
A comedian. She's probably a jack of all trades, I'm sure.
She absolutely is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
I lucked out. I definitely lucked out.
Have you been to Greece?
I have. I've been to. I went to Greece on vacation. Had to be like 2009.
Okay.
When I left WWE, and I got to tour. Like we went to a couple different places. Ia, and I don't know. There was like 4 different places that we went. Athens.
Yeah, you gotta always go Athens 1 day, 2 days tops.
Yeah.
You gotta go back and you gotta go to my island. I'm gonna send you to my cousin's hotel. It's a minute walk from the beach. Restaurant on the beach.
Oh.
Clubs, bars, lounges, and free Greek food for as long as you want.
Oh, sign me up. I'm
And
I'm
my
there.
family, my last name means moonshine. We make original Greek moonshine. So I literally have barrels of oil and honey and moonshine that you can take home with you.
Oh, what is the alcohol that is like? What's the stuff that your grandma makes?
Raki?
Siparo.
Oh yeah, that will do it too. That'll put some hair in your chest real quick.
And then what's the stuff that tastes like black licorice?
Oh, ouzo.
Ouzo.
Ouzo, yeah, ouzo, yeah. A lot of Greeks love the ouzo, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ouzo is good shit. But I want to let everybody know that Mr. Anderson is accepting bookings now for 2023, and I've been seeing you all over the place. I've seen you on the East Coast multiple times the last few months. It seems like you're everywhere.
Yeah, I've been starting to take some more bookings. I took a good 2.5 year hiatus from the business where I think I took maybe 2 bookings in that time period. But yeah, I guess I needed that little break in the action, and I feel like I'm ready to go again. So I've been having fun.
Now, the Academy's been around for how long? It seems like it's been since
2016, right?
2016?
We opened late 2016. We opened in December of 2016. So, roughly 2017. And then we had 2 years off during the pandemic. But
25 graduates.
Yeah, and we've had hundreds of students come through our doors. The thing about graduation is,
I can ask you, how hard is it to graduate from the Ken Anderson Academy?
it's hard. I don't ever want to be a player. There's some Taekwondo or karate places where you can go and within 2 years, they'll make you a black belt, right? Like you punch the clock and, okay, you served enough time, here you go. And I can't look at myself in the mirror and do that. So I want to make sure that people are good and that people are, when they go out there and they're an academy graduate, like people will know this person is good to go. So it's not like I don't just hand that out. We don't have like a specific schedule for a graduation. It's just like my wife and I, in the past, it was like Davari. We would sit down and say like, I think there's several people that are ready to graduate. Let's do it. But
no, I get it, man. When you feel they're ready, you're gonna send them off the right way.
Yeah, and I guess it's subjective, right? It's my opinion at the end of the day. I want everybody to graduate. I want everybody to go to the WWE or Japan or whatever it is that you want to do in this business. I want you to do that. But I'm not going to pretend and I'm not just going to coddle people.
No, the wrestling business is a tough business. You can't just send someone out there if they're not ready. They're going to get slaughtered. You got to prepare them for everything. And that takes, in my opinion, close to 7 years sometimes to really
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think I didn't, it was about 6 years for me where things really started clicking. And that was like right around the time that I got to WWE. I remember having a match. It was like my last independent match before I got signed to OVW. And about three months after I was at OVW, I went back and I watched that match and I was like floored by how much I didn't know in that match. And I had been wrestling for 6 years.
It's not easy to pick everything up. I mean, from not just knowing, you can learn the moves quick. You can learn how to hit the ropes and all that and put on a little match. But to really understand the actual business, the way bookers work, promoters work, the way people are, how people will stab you in the back, kill you to get everything, you got to really know how to protect yourself out there, and not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. It's a tough business, and if you don't have a thick skin, a lot of people don't last long. You got to be able to take criticism so you can get better.
Yes. And you have to be able to put yourself out there and expect that you're going to hear no. You're going to be turned down. That's part of the process. That's putting yourself out there and screwing up in front of people is part of the process. And you got to hear that constructive criticism and then hopefully you take it in a positive way and you get better. I mean, that's...
Man. I get it, man, because I trained when I was 13 all the way to 17. And I stopped for reasons I don't even want to get into now because we'd be here all night talking about some dark side of the ring shit. But bottom line is, I'm trying to get back into the business now, but I'm doing it my way. And my way is I'm going to every show in character. And I'm doing interviews and this and that. I've been going fucking ape shit. And it's working so far for me on a minor scale, but I've heard a lot of people say no. They don't want me to just be a manager right away. It's like, who the hell are you? Even they don't know that I paid my dues. Severely, 13-year-old kid getting beat up by 25-year-olds. But, it was good shit. I had a good time. Wrestling is a feeling like when I had it to this day, nothing compares to being in that ring after like a year and being able to work with everyone and put on matches and have people just go crazy and to think that you're actually dead in the ring. To think they have to call the fucking ambulance because you're out there selling your soul away in the ring. Every move, every moment, anything I would try my best at. So I'm jealous of anyone in the ring. I really am. It's the best feeling. I love it. And I want to show you something. And you can critique me if you want. This is me taking my first bump after 20 years. Let me know what
Let's see it.
At the end of a very long day, by the way. Slap, but
not bad, man. Attack.
Oof. I did one more. We're not going to show that one though. That was bad. But yeah, I know it, man. It's a tough business, man. How many students do you... Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask, Ken, how do you and Sean just say one day, you know what, we're just going to open this school? How did that all came about?
It was something that I always wanted to do from when I first broke in. I felt like there was this vacuum. There was this void that needed to be filled. We had to go out and like just our knowledge was kind of cobbled together from a little bit here and a little bit there, and you go work on this show. And we never had a place where we could just go and listen to somebody who had been to the dance, who could sort of help us, if that makes sense. I mean, nothing against my trainers were awesome. They knew, they understood the business side of the business. They understood the psychology, but they didn't know everything. And I just once I made it, I was like, I want to make sure that I am able to help other people do this, because it's an awesome job, it's an awesome business, and I want to make sure that I help people out and just sort of maybe streamline so that they, maybe it doesn't take them 6 years to make it to the WWE. Maybe it takes them 2 or 3 years. Yeah, and it's just. That is basically one day we just decided, okay, I think we're in a position where we've both had enough experience in the business that we can, because like there was a time in TNA, when I was in TNA, where I wanted to open a school, but I just didn't feel like I had enough experience at that point. Even like, who's going to listen to me? I haven't done enough. That's sort of the way I felt at the time. So I guess eventually it was just like Jabari really pulled the trigger on it. He was like, let's just fucking do it.
I can't believe you even felt that way. I mean, the Bound for Glory main events you had and all these matches, even programs with Hardy, and you keep going. I can't even believe you would even feel that. I thought you would just have it, I always thought you had it since the beginning, since North American wrestling. So that's just me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's just I just wanted to make sure that I would be taken seriously, I guess.
I think you were taken super seriously, brother, man. You were one of the best shit talkers, like one of our chat members said, in the history of the business. Without a doubt, one of the best workers. The way you took bumps, your footwork, psychology. And I have to ask real quick about this.
Yep.
Was that all you? Was that your idea for the whole the old school MSG mic drop and all that?
No, it was. I saying my last name twice was me. Doing the announcing gimmick was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman suggested one night. He said, "Go out there, cut the ring announcer off." This was at OVW, and he said, "Cut the ring announcer off and dress him down and then you cut your, you do your introduction, and I want you to do it big." And when I was there, I just happened to hit the last name twice thing. And when I came through the curtain, people were like, and the thing was, that night I had like a 25 or 30-minute match with Brent Albright on OVW TV. And we came back to the curtain and people were like, "That was awesome when you said your last name twice." Nothing about the clinic we had just put on.
Just the last name twice.
And that's when you know that something's going to work, when the boys put it over, because we've generally seen everything, right? Like we're wrestling fans inside and out, and most wrestlers have seen it all, and when something's going to click.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously that clicked. It was awesome. I love seeing it. It was one of my favorite things to watch. Because I was like, look at this guy. I was like, when I first saw you, I was like, look at this fucking guy. This guy's coming out. He doesn't give a shit. He's stealing the mic. He's just going crazy. Other people can't even get 10 seconds on the mic. You're spending a minute just saying your name. It's fantastic shit.
I was so fortunate that when I got there, that Paul had given me that gimmick. And when I got to the day that I debuted actually was against Funaki, and it was Velocity, but it initially was supposed to be a dark match. Funaki was going to beat me, but they just wanted to see me do my thing. They wanted me to see. They wanted to check out my announcer thing. And the nice thing was they didn't give me any parameters really. They didn't say, "Hey, you've got, you only have 30 seconds on the mic." They just said, "Go out and do your thing." And that's sort of the way that it was for a couple of months, where I would ask Vince beforehand. I would say, like, "What do you what do you want me to do? And he would be like, I want you to go out there and get over. I want you to go out there and just be you. Don't worry about being a good guy or a bad guy. Just get over. Entertain people. So that's what I tried to do. And then at some point, like, I got a little too funny, a little too carried away. And then he was like, all right, that's enough. Too silly.
What was that like meeting him for the first time, man?
Meeting him for the very first time, I was an extra. And I just remember hearing, do you know who Dick Marcinko was?
Sounds familiar.
He started SEAL Team 6.
Okay.
And I had a friend who got a chance to work underneath him, and he said, like, he was the first person that he ever met where when he looked at you, it was like he was looking through you, like he could see your soul. And he was just like that. You could just sense the power he gives off of a certain energy, and that is definitely Vince to a T. I remember just thinking, wow, this guy, like, and then people would cower around him. I'd say a majority of people that interact with him on a day-to-day basis cower. It's crazy. And he doesn't like it. He likes it, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't want people to cower.
No, he wants people to be themselves. And,
yeah, exactly.
Get the most out of somebody. I thought that was Vince's job, to get the most out of people.
Yep. Yeah, and that was one time I remember for the longest time, I was so frustrated because I was doing my thing, and then he was like, "You're too funny, goddammit, you're too funny, you're too funny, you're too silly, stop it." And I was like I just couldn't wrap my head around what he was trying to say. And looking back on it, I look at some of my earlier stuff, and it's cringe to me because I was so over the top and so campy and so corny. And that's, I get it now. But at the time I was like, the thing that got me to the dance is this. And now you're telling me that I can't do that, or I shouldn't do that, or that's wrong. And I couldn't wrap my head around it for the longest time.
Absolutely crazy career. You won the Money in the Bank fairly quickly. I mean, usually that's like the signal that you're the guy.
Well, and like I did have some, he called me into the office one week and said, because they needed to take the title. Undertaker was the title. So I won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then they had me announce that I was going to cash it in the next year at WrestleMania. Right out of the gates,
Crazy.
This is what's going to happen. I'm telling you when I'm going to cash in. It's going to be next year at WrestleMania. And then a couple months go by, and Taker got injured. He injured his biceps and needed to have surgery. So one night they called me back. I had left the building early with Matt Hardy. We were driving together, and Michael Hayes called me and said, "You need to go talk to Vince." So I went back to the building, and I walked into Vince's office, and it was Vince and Stephanie. And he was like, "Look, we had planned on having Undertaker as our champion for a really long time, but things happen. He needs surgery. He's got to go away for a couple months. So we need to get that title off of him. And we figured this is the best way to do it." So they were going to have me go out and cash the Money in the Bank briefcase in. He laid out the whole scenario for me in a nutshell. And then I left. And the very next weekend I had a couple days off there. And then we had a loop of house shows leading into, I don't remember where TV was, but the house show, we had a double shot in Poughkeepsie. And the very first show on that double shot, I took a weird bump and I felt something pop in my tricep. And then it swelled up immediately. It started turning colors immediately. Like usually when you get a bruise, it takes a couple days for the color to come, and this was like immediately turning purple. And so I went to the emergency room. I got an MRI that night, and then I kind of waited around, and eventually Stephanie McMahon called me, and she's like, "Ken, you tore your triceps off the bone. You need surgery. We still need to get the title off of Taker, so they're sending Vince's jet to pick you up. You're going to fly to Penn State, and Edge is going to challenge you for the briefcase. You're going to drop it to him, and then he's going to go on and do what you were supposed to do." And so I did all that, and then I flew down to Birmingham, Alabama the next day, and I'm sitting on James Andrews' desk or his little table, and he's like just palpating, like grabbing my triceps, and he was like, "That's not a tear." And then he said, I don't know, I can't find your MRI, so I can't tell for sure, but I'm feeling around in there and I don't feel a tear. And so sure enough, he had me do another MRI, which sucked because I hate MRIs. I'm kind of claustrophobic, and they're so tight you can't get a full breath. And I did the MRI, and sure enough, it was just like a large hematoma. So it was like a misdiagnosis. I don't know who misdiagnosed the original MRI, but yeah, he was like, "That's not a tear, and you'll be back in like a month." So, but at the end of the day, they still needed to get the title off of Taker, and that was what they chose to do. So I'm not I'm not upset about it. It just is. It's kind of a funny story.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's kind of crazy, man. It's just crazy. I remember watching that. I was like, "Oh, this guy." After you had that briefcase, I was like, "There's no way this is the next guy. He's gonna take over the company," because you had everything. I mean, you still do, in my opinion. And what I love is that now you're giving it to these guys. You're giving it to all the students. You're passing it on. Even though I think we could still see you on Raw, AEW, SmackDown, Impact, wherever the hell you wanted to go. And I personally have seen you go. I think you could tear it up with anybody in the ring. We see guys like Edge, doing his thing right now. Do you have any thoughts about maybe giving one more run in WWE?
Yeah, definitely. Every year around Mania, I sort of get the itch.
Of course.
And I don't watch religiously. I don't watch every week, but I do. From time to time, people will say, "Hey, you should really watch such and such," and I'll make sure I watch that. But every year I watch WrestleMania, and it sort of gets me, that itch, and usually the itch goes away after a while. But I feel more motivated now than ever.
Dude,
to do something. Great. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know.
Do you have any contact with them? Do you I know they know what you're doing. You're sending talent all over the place.
Yeah, I still have, it's a really small business, really,
That's true.
Everybody sort of knows everybody. So, I don't know. We'll see. I want to make sure that if that does happen, that I don't make an ass out of myself. I don't want to go out there and be completely out of shape and have everybody say, well, he should have fucking hung him up.
Well,
he should have stayed gone.
For next year, man, I would set it right now. Put that goal out there. You want to be at WrestleMania 40. If Edge could main event WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, whatever the hell he's calling himself nowadays, there's no goddamn reason that Mr. Anderson or Mr. Kennedy, whoever they want. If you did go back, would you want to go back to Kennedy or would you want to stay Anderson?
I honestly don't care. I think, it's funny because people have always said, or not always, but every once in a while I hear somebody say I liked you better when you were Mr. Kennedy. I didn't change anything really,
no, just the name, but big
well, different. It's just different booking.
The story's still there. You can go back. I'm sure they were going to want to probably bring you back as Kennedy just to have all that story link up. Be like, this is where he was, this is where he is, and this is what he's going to do. I still think we see it, and I would definitely not sell yourself short. There's guys that are still doing it that shouldn't be doing it, and you're definitely not one of them.
Oh, thank you.
I would bring back Two Rivers Jack.
Two Rivers Jack. I had one match as Two Rivers Jack in my career. One match. And it was a rib. It was the guy who I initially called to go to wrestling school. I found his name and number on a website. This was way back in the day too, before Google. And I called him, and then he had a wrestling school down in Chicago, and he knew of somebody who was starting a wrestling school in Green Bay, which is closer to where I lived at the time. And he called him up, and he was like, "Hey, this prick from Two Rivers, Wisconsin wants to get trained. If the prick makes it, I'll use him, and I'll call him Two Rivers Jack." And so my very first match that I ever wrestled, I was Kamikaze Ken. And I sold probably 200 tickets to my friends and family that lived in the area. So it was a decent sized show. And then the next night I wrestled as Two Rivers Jack in front of about 50 people in an armory. And I wrestled a guy who was dressed up. He was just a big guy that was he was fake. Remember Golga? from the oddities.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and like I got no offense, got no music. So,
do you remember every one of your matches? Because you seem to have like an incredible memory.
I have the. My wife just laughed.
You're bringing up everything. You're remembering all this shit.
No, I honestly, like,
maybe it's
funny
like me, bad short-term memory with the wife. She'll say a bunch of things. You're like, what?
Yeah. I remember bits and pieces, but there's a lot that I've forgotten. It's funny because I just went through. Somebody brought up something on my Wikipedia, so I went through and I was just kind of scrolling and looking, and like somebody has taken painstaking time to like document every feud that I ever had, pretty much. And as I'm reading this stuff, I'm going like, oh yeah, I did that, but I don't really remember it. You know, I have like little pieces of memories. You know who's an elephant is Matt Hardy. I can call Matt and say, Matt, where did we work the night that, like, I just messaged him a couple weeks ago. I was like, there was one time where I was supposed to work a local guy. He was supposed to wrestle against Psychosis. And segment 1, we were supposed to be like, seg 1 was a King Booker segment, right? Booker T was King of the Ring. He was doing the cool King's Court thing. He had Rick Regal and Finley and all those guys out there. Just like a promo segment. And then seg 2 was me versus the local guy, which is just supposed to be like an enhancement squash match. And 3 was supposed to be Psychosis. And Matt Hardy came around the corner right in the middle of seg 1, and he goes, we've got a 3-segment match and we're up next. And so I asked him, like, what night was that? And of course he knew it.
Wow, I know a lot of guys right there. I know guys like Jericho write their matches down. What are you trying to teach these guys, like, now that you've been through everything? Are there a couple of lessons that you wait like a good year or two before you start dropping on them, or do you try to get them mentally prepared ASAP?
I mean, I think I tried.
You're bringing in all kinds of experts too. You got Eric Rowan over there in one seminar, and I know you're in the ring personally with all these guys. How much time do you spend in the ring with them a week, would you say? The whole time, every time you're open?
Every time, pretty much for the most part, every time we're open there. Every once in a while, I'll have one of our captains run the class. But for the most part, it's me. And I physically get in there with them. You know, I'm not in there demonstrating every bump. But if I feel like somebody's not getting it, or even if I feel like somebody's a little more dangerous, they're just not getting it, I'll get in there with them myself and put myself at risk first, just because I feel like I can take care of myself a little better.
Speaking of Booker T, there he is. I'm sure that seminar was a blast.
Yeah, it was great. You know, and a lot of the seminars too is like, I remember X-Pac came to one of our seminars, and we had to like pull the hook out on him. We had to like, hey man, you got to go, because like, I think he needed to call a family member or something like that. But he wanted to stay. He was just having so much fun dropping knowledge on people. But yeah, I'd say a good 6 hours a week I'm in the ring with people, at least.
Are you doing seminars? Are you taking bookings for seminars?
I am. Yep.
I'm going to talk to Alpha Junior. I'm going to talk to. Have you been to Battlefield yet?
It's possible, but remember we talked about that. Remember we talked about that memory thing?
Yeah, this is in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. You probably haven't been there, but I don't think, because they just opened reopened like a few months ago, like in December.
Yeah.
Doing shows. I'm working for them now. We're streaming on the Premier Streaming Network. I'm about to get my own show on the Premier Streaming Network any day now, because I do the preview show, I do the interviews and all that good stuff, commentary. I'm all over the place here. So I'm going to talk to Alpha and Bull. I'd love to personally invite you to the Battlefield to have a seminar there.
Let's work it out.
We're going to set that up. That's breaking news. We're going to set that up. But 100% I'm going to make that happen for you. This is the show coming up at the end of, actually, Sunday. This asshole. You know this guy, Matt Cardona?
I do. Is he doing a seminar for you guys too?
No, he ain't doing a seminar. He's just coming down to get his ass kicked by Casey Navarro. Do you know Casey Navarro?
Nah, it doesn't sound familiar.
You got to get used to this guy. That's Casey Navarro right there. Hell of a young talent, prospect in the business.
He looks like he's got a good look.
He's got a good look, and you got to see this guy in the ring. I'll show you highlights later. I'll send you some on Facebook. You know this guy, David LaGreca?
I've never met him personally. At least I don't think I. But I know. I know of him.
You listen to Busted Open?
I do not.
Okay,
I don't.
Well, let me explain something. Yesterday, your girl Tiffany Stratton was on there telling everybody, "Have you heard of Ken Anderson?" And of course, Bully Ray's like, "Oh no, I never heard of that guy. He's fucking around, of course." She doesn't even know that she's talking to one of the Dudley boys over there. But apparently, you trained her or evaluated her.
Well, I gave probably their first 6 months in the business. It was she came to the academy. She took her first bump in our ring. And then she went down. She happens to be like good friends with Greg Gagne. I think Greg Gagne is a family friend of hers. So Greg was able to get her a look by WWE. WWE brought her down and gave her a tryout. And I believe her first tryout happened right when COVID was happening. They were in the middle of a tryout. I think they had like 1 day. And then they told them that COVID just happened. They shut everything down and everybody had to go back home. And then she didn't end up going back down there for several months. But obviously when she did, she turned some heads.
She must have had some good progress in front of you in order to make this whole progression. I'm sure she impressed you a little bit. What were your thoughts on her instant response to wrestling and bumping and all that?
Well, she's the type of person that if you show you don't even necessarily have to show her, just, hey, I want you to try to do this. And she would execute it almost perfectly. And then it was just a matter of like, you know, like you said earlier, like people can do the moves, but you need to know what to do in between the moves and stuff. And honestly, she didn't have enough ring time for me to really evaluate that. I knew she had great instincts. I knew that she was absolutely gifted athletically. She didn't have much of a personality. And when I say that, like, I just, she hadn't found that piece yet.
That's
because
what takes the most time, man.
Because she was concerned about learning the physicality. Like, how do I do this? How do I put it together? But I mean, the stuff that I've seen since then, she absolutely she gets it. She gets everything.
She's killing it. She was on NXT tonight. She actually had a title shot.
I don't know if you didn't catch the match, but Indy Hartwell, the champ, she caught a nasty injury on her ankle. And I'm telling you now, Perez and Stratton, your girl that graduated, actually called the match on the fly for the last 8 minutes. How do you feel about that? I mean, because that to me is just impressive from somebody that just maybe been there a year or two, I would say. Very impressive, especially live.
That's phenomenal. Like that's the stuff that I love to hear. Just about anybody, not even my students. I just like when I hear that, hey, this person was dealt a shit sandwich and they were able to like turn it into, you know,
very impressed.
Chicken salad.
Yeah, chicken salad out of chicken shit.
There you go. Brock, you have any run-ins with Brock? I mean, you guys, I think you're from the same state, right?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar actually was a huge help in my career. So I sort of, we became friendly when I would go and do extra work at the Raws and SmackDowns whenever they were in town. And he happened to like be ringside when I was working, and he kind of pulled me aside and was like, hey, who trained you? And I told him, and then he was like, you need to go hook up with Brad Rangans, because Brad Rangans, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brad, but Brad was an old AWA wrestler, and he's trained JBL, he trained the Nasty Boys, he trained Kurt Hennig, he trained, just an absolutely fantastic trainer. He was the guy that originally trained Brock, and Brock said, I want you to hook up with him. And he ended up getting me in contact with Brad. Brad was starting up a school, or he was opening his doors for like a cycle. And I want to say it was like a 6-month course. It was like 3 or 6 months. I'm not exactly sure, but it was like 2 or 3 times a week. And I would drive out, and it was me. And I remember Curtis Axel I was there when Curtis Axel took his first bumps. He was, Kurt Hennig's son.
Wow.
And I think there was about 10 of us that went through that course. And he just polished me. And then fast forward, I'm at Raw again, and I'm in the ring doing they had the extras get in the ring and just kind of like tag in and tag out. And then Paul Heyman pulled me aside and he was like, "Who trained you?" And I said, "Well, I got trained by these two guys in Green Bay. And then I got polished up by Brad Rangans." And he was like, "Oh, I know Brad, like he's a Brock Lesnar guy." And that sort of sealed the deal with me and Paul Heyman. And then Paul became a huge advocate for me, and ultimately he was like the straw that broke the camel's back, where I was able to make it to TV. I went from being at OVW, sort of floundering, not being able to find my way, to Paul Heyman got to OVW, got the pencil, as they say, and he pulled me aside and said, "You're the next guy out of here. I'm going to do so much stuff with you on OVW TV that they are going to see you. You will be on TV very shortly." And 5 weeks later, I was on TV, making my debut.
That's awesome. I can't believe how many careers he's had his hands on, man.
And how would you say were Hammers and Mercury? Were they good trainers from the beginning?
They were just awesome. Still to this day, I can talk to them about the business and the psychology of the business, and they get it. Hammers used to, every Wednesday night, I would have Wednesdays and Thursdays off from work, and I'd work like every other weekend. And Hammers would come over every Wednesday night, and we would watch. I believe at the time, ECW was on. Was it TNT or TNN? TNN.
I used to watch it late nights.
Yeah, and then he would have this giant box of VHS tapes, and he would just go one after another, and we would sit up all night long, and he would kind of dissect everything and pick apart the matches, and like, this is why they're doing this, and I could ask questions. We would just chit chat and bullshit. We did that for months, and then I'd go to camp, and Merc would help me out, and it was just like they were awesome. I couldn't have asked for better trainers.
Do you tell your kids to watch a lot of tape?
And actually, I will say that they have trained. Merc has been the trainer of several other people. Silas Young. Are you familiar with Silas Young?
Yeah.
Beer City Bruiser, I believe, had a hand in training him. Joey Avalon, Joey Jet, who just did something for Ring of Honor this last week. So he's had a couple. I was his first student though. So that's my claim to fame.
How do you get noticed? Because like I said, North American wrestling, you were like basically kicking ass. I think you got noticed. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you got noticed maybe 20 matches in order to somebody come up to you and be like, "Hey, you kid, hey, you know what? Why don't you do some extra work here at WWE when we're in Wisconsin?"
No, I don't see it that way. What I see was I wanted to send a tape. Like after my very first match, I wanted to send a tape to WWE, and I kept sort of expressing that to people, and people would say, "No, don't send a tape. You're fucking definitely not ready yet." And my thoughts were, and their mentality was, if you send them a tape now and they see what you have to offer right now, you're so green, that's all they're going to remember. And I just remember thinking, no, if they see that I'm green and they critique me even a little bit, and then I send a tape a couple months from now and I show improvement, they're going to see that improvement. They're going to see that I'm coachable. And so that's just what I did. I sent my first tape to WWE. I don't even think I had been in the business for 9 months when I sent my first tape. And I happened to like pick up one of those old school, it was one of the magazines that the entire issue was devoted to. It was the phone numbers and addresses of all of the wrestling schools in the country, or just all the wrestling promotions in the country. First page was WWE, WWF at the time. Then it was WCW, then ECW, and then there was all these little independent promotions behind it. And and I made up a tape and I sent it to him, and I got a call. I wasn't expecting to hear anything back, and about 5 days later, I got a call back from Kevin Kelly, and he's like, I liked what I saw on the tape. You've got good potential. So then he booked me as an extra for a Raw and SmackDown in it was Milwaukee and Chicago, and then I went. And I was able to eat the catering and rub elbows a little bit, but I didn't get to work. And then since I had that in, I would just call him like every 3 months, every 4 months, and just check in. I'd send another tape, and then I'd call him a couple days later and say, hey, is there anything that I can do to improve? And then if I saw that WWE was going to be anywhere near where I lived, I would ask, hey, is it possible for me to get booked as an extra? And sometimes he would tell me no, but enough times he was able to tell me yes. And so then every time I would go and work as an extra, I would just try to be a sponge. And anytime they asked me to get in the ring, I'd get in the ring and I'd give it my all. There was a time I remember I got in the ring and they told me to work with somebody, and I just completely shit the bed. And I remember Bill DeMott, like in front of everybody, going, get the fuck out of the ring, get out of the ring. And I was so embarrassed, but it forced me to work harder. And then eventually, and then my other thing was, I was there. If I got a match on TV, I knew that I wasn't there to make myself look good. I was there to make that other person look good. So I would just, what would you like me to do? And I try to do that to the best of my ability. And the thing is like, the people that are in the know, the people that are in control of the business, they know what your job is. They don't care if you like going out there and doing moves on people and hitting offense and stuff like that. It's not impressive. Anybody can do it, but they can look at a screen and say, wow, that kid is really out there busting his ass and trying to make that other guy look really good. That's what we're after. And I think that, that helped me out more than anything. And it was five years of doing that, and 5 years of going and doing. I did probably, I'd say close to at least 10 dark matches and Velocity and Sunday Night Heat matches, possibly as much as 15.
You probably did
over
Jack
that.
Too, right? They had a show, Jack, I'm sure, right?
Yep. Jacked Metal. At Sunday Night Heat, my very first match in a WWE ring was against S.A. Rios on Sunday Night Heat.
I probably saw it live at WWF New York. I was there every week.
2001.
2001, that sounds right. Yep.
Sunday Night Heat was good shit.
Uh-huh.
But I did want to talk about your career because I believe you had him. I loved you in WWE. You were my guy. So in 2005, I know 2006, you were like probably on your way top heel, I would say, in my eyes. But you had one amazing match on SmackDown. You had it with Eddie Guerrero. I believe it was the Survivor Series spot you guys were fighting for. I thought that was one hell of a match. It was unfortunate what happened, I believe, 2-3 days after. How do you feel about that match, and what did you learn from Eddie going into that match? And if you want to talk about that, I believe I heard you, out there saying it was an unfortunate honor. If you want to talk about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, I have that title. Everybody remembers like Eddie's last match was against me, and in particular Eddie Fashion, he did that spot with the chair where he threw the chair at me and pretended like I hit him with it. And I'm just lucky to have been able to share a ring with him one time, and it just sucks that was the last time. But yeah, I'm definitely like honored. I understand the gravity of the situation, I guess.
Crazy.
But yeah, I just like he was always so helpful. When I got there, he would take time with me. I remember MVP was just coming up at the same time. Like he just sort of pulled us and put us under his wing and sort of helped us out. There, to be honest, like there was a lot of talent on SmackDown when I first got there that was like that. That was everybody. Everybody was very helpful and friendly.
I mean, you've been in the ring with some of the biggest legends, man. And the best part is that you're going to help create some new legends. I wanted to just show a couple of your graduates. How does it feel to see some of these guys doing their thing in AEW nowadays?
Awesome. Like is
that more rewarding than the wrestling itself for you?
I was going to say, I think, I don't know if it's more rewarding. It's like equally as rewarding to see Dante and Darius and Julia. Julia's not a graduate of the academy, but Julia Hart is one of our students too. To see like Tiffany Stratton, we had Von Wagner from NXT, and he was one of our students. There's a couple more that are escaping.
Von Wagner's tremendous, man.
Yeah, he he's got some lineage in the building in the business. His dad,
right?
Wayne the Train Bloom, from the Beverly Brothers.
Yeah, WWF.
And he took to it like a fish to water. He was just like athletically gifted. The funny thing is with him, I wasn't quite sure. I tried never to pre-qualify people. I tried never to look at somebody and go like definitely no or definitely yes. But you can't help but look at somebody and say, do I think this person's going to make it? And I felt like at the very beginning, I thought he's not really like passionate about the business. So I just think this is something that he's, dad suggested, hey, try this out. But once he started learning the basics, man, he just, he would tell me like him and his dad would sit up and watch tape, and then he just immersed himself in the business. And
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then he got signed to WWE, and that became his job. When you go to, if you are fortunate enough to go to NXT on a developmental, like I would never leave the building. Like I'd make them kick me out of the building.
Probably the greatest wrestling facility in the country right now, right? Or maybe in the world.
It is, and then you've got like nutrition experts working with you. You've got, coaches that'll fine tune your workouts.
It's not 1980 anymore, that's for sure. Wrestling was a lot different back in the 80s.
They would have to kick me out of the building every night. They would have to go home.
Do you watch a lot of current product? Like how often, maybe a month, would you say, or a week, would you tune into Raw or NXT AEW?
Every couple of weeks, I'll skim. Or like I said, if somebody tells me, hey, you got to see this match, or I remember I watched a little bit of the build up to Sammy and Roman, which I believe is a textbook definition. Like when we say less is more, more is less. Those guys didn't touch each other for 4 minutes and 45 seconds after the bell rang. Yeah. The bell rang, and I counted 4:45 before they touched each other. And it wasn't boring. And then when they did touch each other, it was headlock, tackle, let it breathe. Headlock, tackle. It was just like they just kept upping it, just step by step. So.
No, they did it well done. But Cuddly over here, Cuddly Corey's got a good question. He wants to know, have you been backstage at Raw or SmackDown or NXT in recent memory?
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Okay.
And then what's up, Corey? Yeah, I've been backstage a few times. I think twice since I got released from the company in 2009. Just. Some of my students have worked as extras over the last couple of years. So when they come into town, and like Davari is a good buddy of mine, we opened the school together. He's a producer there now. So
nice. I wanted to ask you about one guy in particular, because you were known for being an asshole, right? I think you still pride yourself in being an asshole. Like that's your shtick.
On TV.
On TV, of course. In real life, you're actually maybe you're the cuddly stud muffin. I don't know, man, but you're a good guy. What do you think about this guy and his job right now as being the world's current biggest asshole in the world?
He's awesome. Like, I love listening to his stuff. I really do. He is. There is nobody on the mic better than that guy right now. And truly getting real heel heat. I think it's hard to do. He doesn't go out there and try to be funny or cool. He just wants to be a dick, and he's very, very good at it. And I love the fact too. Like, I'll see him do. I think I saw him do Impractical Jokers or something with Impractical Jokers, and he was still kind of in character. You know, he never fully allows himself to step.
Yeah,
I've never met him. At least I don't think I've ever met him in person. I doubt that he's really like that in real life, but he really does a good job getting us to suspend our disbelief.
The 2 times I've talked to him, he told me to go fuck myself very politely. But, you know, I'm going to see him again coming up over here May 13th. His own mother, she knows me very well. I've seen her a few times. Every time I see her, she lets me do a video. Here's one video.
Go! We're here live with MJF's mom, and her son, the greatest wrestler in the world, is going to win the AEW World Championship tonight, and there's nothing anyone can do about it!
Yeah, so I go a little crazy sometimes.
Nice.
But the last time I talked to her, she told me she wants me to find people to help her beat up her son. She wants the Savage Kingdom to take control of the professional wrestling world and send some people after MJF. I'm going to let him know this on May 13th. So it's going to be good times. I'm probably going to get kicked out of the building, Ken. But you know what? I don't fucking care.
I love it. I love the fact that you commit to the gig.
Oh, 100%. I would love to show you more shit later, but we have more stuff to talk about with you because I need to know a couple more things. Obviously, we know now you watch AEW once in a while. Here's a list of all the titles you have held. You have been all over the place. You've won a lot of titles. That United States Championship, you should have held it for 4,200 days. But, maybe next time you win it. Look at all the different matches you had per year, per company. You've put in the time, you put in the work everywhere. Have you done New Japan?
I have not done New Japan. That's something that has sort of been on my bucket list that I haven't ticked off yet.
God, that would be huge in the Tokyo Dome. That mic comes down and all those fucking people just like go nuts because we all know who you are. Everybody knows. Even in Japan, they know who you are.
I worked twice, 3 times, I believe. We did 3, and none of them were televised. It was just 3 house shows that we did over in Japan when I was with WWE. And I remember I wrestled Jericho. Wow. And going into it, I was so nervous, thinking, it's either going to be like they like strong style or they want like high flying flippy stuff, and I don't work like that. And I had never worked in front of a crowd that they were silent, and then something would happen, and then they would just clap, the little golf clap thing, and they were so easy. It wasn't like that at all. We went out there, and it's funny because like the crowd was emulating what they saw on WWE programming. So they were sort of playing along they were booing the heels, they were cheering the baby faces. At some point, Jericho had me in a headlock, and I remember I turned away from the ref and I reached up slowly and I grabbed a handful of hair and I just pulled, and the whole place just started booing. And then he would just crank it and I'd let go and they boo. And we did it like 5 or 6 times. I remember being in the hole kind of laughing. I can't believe how easy this is. They popped for just a reversal from the corner. I shot him out of the corner and he reversed me, and
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was a good experience. I loved Tokyo. Is one of my favorite cities in the world. And the fans over there are so just unbelievably respectful. I remember coming down from my hotel room at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to go do media, and they would wait patiently and ask you permission. And a lot of them had gifts. They would offer you a gift in return for you signing an autograph.
Wow.
Whereas, you know, sometimes in the States.
Yeah, they shove 20 figures and 8x10s as soon as you come out of the plane.
At WrestleMania 23, we were in Detroit. I was at GameStop a couple days before the show. And this lady comes up to me and she goes, "You're not going anywhere." And she walked away. And I knew I sort of knew she was going to get somebody so that I could take a picture and sign an autograph. And I remember thinking, like, when she comes back, I'm going to cuss her out. That's messed up, right? And then she came walking back with like this 5 or 6 year old kid, and I remember immediately softening and like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna let the kid suffer because mom was a dummy.
Yeah,
but
100%. That's crazy, man. I had this picture up before. I'm sure you're familiar with the real Mount Rushmore, right? You ever been to the real Mount Rushmore?
I have not.
Okay, well, if we built a new one in Stamford, Connecticut, let's say, right behind the WWE headquarters, what 4 faces would Ken Anderson put in there?
Steve Austin, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and I'd say Bret Hart.
Excellent 4. I had to ask. I just had to know. When did you start watching wrestling? I'm assuming. I feel like you're a lifelong wrestling guy. Were you a fan of the WWF before or no?
I started watching wrestling in 1997.
So you were a Stone Cold guy then?
Yeah, that was the first person. Like I watched briefly during the cartoon days when they had Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling on the Saturday mornings. And then I just fell off it for some reason. I don't remember exactly why, but I fell off. And then I always sort of gave people a hard time. If my friends liked wrestling, I'd be like, "What are you watching? Like, I don't want that crap. It's all fake and blah, blah, blah." The same that you hear. And one of my friends one night convinced me to watch it. And I remember looking at the screen, not really caring what I was seeing, not really liking what I was seeing. And then I heard the glass break, and this bald-headed son of a bitch came driving down to the ring in a black pickup truck. And he had a 6-pack of beer, and he was, you know, just his whole attitude, his demeanor, flipping people off, beating people up. And I remember thinking, all right, that guy's kind of cool. And then I started watching every week just to see what he would do. And I got sucked into everything else. Then it was like, you know, it was during the start of the Attitude Era. And it was
2 years later you debuted.
What was that?
And then 2 years later you debuted, watched 97, and then you debuted in 99.
Yeah, I made my indie debut in 99. Yep.
So if it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin, you're probably not a professional wrestler.
No, definitely not.
So without Stone Cold, what would you be doing right now? Like, where do you think what was your dreams? Did you have other dreams? Obviously, you weren't into wrestling. So what was your thing growing up?
I always wanted to entertain. I always wanted to be an actor or something like that. I just kind of had, I don't know, I had sort of given up on that. I wasn't about to move to, I had gotten a job. The job paid well. I had decent benefits, insurance, and a little upward mobility. I was a nuclear security guard I was a security guard at a nuclear power plant, armed security. And, I think I started out at $20 an hour or something like that, which is good pay 20 some years ago. And I don't necessarily know that I saw myself in that same position, but I figured I would just move up the ladder there. But I always had that itch. I always wanted to entertain people. And then when I figured out there's this thing called wrestling out there, and I realized that wasn't what everybody had made it out to be. I just sort of figured it's a good blend of all the things that I already like. Like, I love the athleticism. I love the storytelling. It's a blend of everything all rolled into one. So when I found you could go to wrestling school, I was all in. I remember being in the ring the very first.
Close to you?
Well, yeah, it was about 35 minutes away from my house.
Perfect.
So we trained every Sunday. Every Sunday we trained, and we would be there for like 4 or 5 hours. So it was a lengthy
favorite
process.
day of the
I trained for like 8 or 9 months before I made my debut. So it was a lengthy sort of process. And to be honest, when I made my debut, I didn't think I was ready to make my debut. And looking back on it, I probably wasn't. But sometimes you just have to pull the trigger and then adjust.
You were persistent. You kept sending your tapes in even when people were telling you not to. I mean, it's that go-getter attitude. You had your vision, your idea of what would do it for you, and you were right. Not everybody can say that. A lot of people don't have that dedication to flip the switch. It seemed like you saw Stone Cold. When that glass shattered, that was it. That changed your life.
I believed that he believed. He was able to get me to suspend my disbelief. I had always thought wrestling was kind of campy. You know, and I guess if you look back to the crazy character days, it was a little bit, but for some reason I believed Austin.
The whole nation did. The whole world did. I mean,
yeah.
It was.
How do you feel about acting? I mean, you did a movie. I think it's Enemy Lines Colombia, I believe.
Yep.
How do you like the acting experience?
I loved it. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was a dream come true. It's funny because you get used to the way the wrestling business operates, and the wrestling business is very, like, we would work, you know, you get 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep every night when you're on the road with WWE sometimes, because it's all the stuff that people don't see, all the travel that's involved to get from one town to the next, or in the case of overseas travel, it'd be like one country to the next. I forget where I was going with that. What were we talking about?
Acting, Enemy Lines Colombia.
Hollywood.
And just how, like, but in the acting industry, it's very, you know, you can only work a certain amount of hours every day. I remember one time being on set and the assistant director was like, all right, guys, we only have 45 minutes. We need to get this shot and we need to be out. And I pulled her aside and I was like, hey, I'm cool sticking back. Like, let's just fucking do it until we're done. And she said, that doesn't work that way here. With SAG, with the Screen Actors Guild, like, you have to, it's like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And if they go over that, they have to start paying people a ridiculous sum of money. So
Hollywood's a real world. I actually did movie security for Paramount. I worked with Samuel L. Jackson for 6 months. Getting him coffee and listening to him talk about how much money he was making from Star Wars.
Oh boy.
But those guys work hard. I remember being on set for sometimes 15 hours.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same fucking scene with 100 different extras every couple hours.
Yeah.
15 fucking hours. And same lines, it's rough. That's another rough business.
Yeah. So. It's definitely harder work than it appears to be.
100%. Especially if you're shooting on set. I remember I was on another set with Alec Baldwin, and they were trying to film this fucking scene. And I can't even tell you how many pedestrians kept, coming up to him to take a fucking picture while we're filming a movie.
And did he do it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he was cool until he got annoyed, and then he just went in his trailer and didn't come out till the next day. So yeah,
I honestly, I've experienced a little bit of the fame. I can't imagine what it's like to be somebody like a Tom Cruise or a Brad Pitt or
Elvis Presley, who has to rent out the entire movie theater just to watch a movie.
Yeah. You can't. I imagine everywhere you go, everybody recognizes you. Everybody wants to get a picture with you. So, like, just thinking about going to the gas station to fill up your tank with gas, running inside, getting a drink, and going out to the car. You've probably done, depending on how busy, what time of day it is, you've done 20 autograph and picture sessions. So I can imagine. I sort of understand when people get sort of closed off. And
when you were wrestling at the top of your game, what was the longest you were away from home at a time that you remember? Like a grueling trip or tour? Or...
I think 22 days. 22 days. I mean, besides filming the movie, we filmed the movie in Puerto Rico. I think we filmed for 21 days straight. but we were there for a few days before that and a few days after. But actually a wrestling tour, I think it was 21 or 22 days. And if I'm not mistaken, we did 19 shows in 21 or 22 days.
That's great.
And every show was in a different town in the U.S. or a different country, because part of it involved an overseas tour. It was my first overseas
I'm sure
tour.
you did Europe. You probably did the troops, tribute to the troops a couple of times.
Yeah, we did nine shows on that particular loop. We did 9 shows throughout Europe, and we'd never had a day off. So it was just like we would be in Glasgow one night, we would be in Dublin, Ireland the next night, we would be in London, England the next night, Paris, France the next night. It was just...
And you only have like a couple hours to maybe try and enjoy it.
Yeah, and you would either say screw it. I was in Rome, I think 3 times before I ever got to see anything, before I ever got to go to the Coliseum or do any of that stuff. And it's just, you see the inside of a bus, or you're looking through the windows of a bus, you see the inside of a hotel and the inside of an arena, and that's it.
And you move on to the next city.
Yeah. Unless you sacrifice sleep, which sometimes you do. Sometimes all right, guys, we're going to go out tonight. Or some guys you'd sacrifice sleep and get a tour together and go look at some of the sites.
I did want to ask about that real quick. What was the environment like when you were doing your thing? Was there a lot of partying going on, or was that, because I know the 80s were a wild time, and there was a lot of peer pressure and bad influences, and a lot of guys turned away and would say no, and they wouldn't go and make that trip to the bar or the club or the hotel room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was it like when you were wrestling? Was it still like that?
Yeah, it wasn't crazy or anything like that. It wasn't like crazy with drugs and stuff, but we would definitely go out and drink. We go, hit the nightclubs, but also we were there to work. So we worked hard. And then when it was time we had a couple hours to play, we'd play really hard too. But, I remember seeing guys like Cena who would, close down the bar and be the first person that would be in the gym at like 6 o'clock the next morning. Good morning, gents. Like,
fucking animal.
You are, if you went out and partied, you still have to do your job.
Yeah.
So there's no like sleeping in or not hitting the gym. There's just like, this is what you got to do. This is your job. If you're going to have fun, you also have to do the work.
Is there one story, whether it's a horror story or the craziest shit you've ever seen, without name dropping anyone and, embarrassing anybody, what's the craziest shit you've seen in all your years of professional wrestling? Whether it be in a ring, in a hotel, in a bar, in a club, in a back car seat, whatever the fuck. The craziest shit you've ever seen. Wrestling is wild, man. I've been doing this for about over a year now, and I've seen some shit already, man. I'm like, I didn't see a lot when I was a kid. They would stick me in a van, take me to New Jersey, hit me in the head with a fucking chair. I got hit in the head with a chair by Jimmy Snuka, and then he got paid $500 for the show, and all the students made him waste that $500 to buy us drink.
Hey, at least he did it.
He did.
Yeah. Boy, nothing comes to mind that's like absolutely crazy. I don't think I witnessed anything too crazy. It was just good times usually. Nothing really insane.
Always gotta ask.
I guess the craziest thing I saw at one time,
this guy looks
bunch of wrestlers doing finishers. We were in a nightclub, and they had a stage, and guys were doing finishers to each other in front of everybody. It was like all these people that you see on TV every week, big stars to mid-carders to undercard guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's your feud with Kurt Angle like, man? You guys still going at it? You guys getting along nowadays?
Man, he was a dream to work with. He really was awesome.
Great guy.
Guy's a cyborg. He's built differently. When you worked with Kurt, you just had to be. It's just go, 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 go. But he brought the best out of me, I think.
Very intense guy.
Yep.
Also was never into wrestling. And then
took to it like a fish to water, right? Like
one of the craziest careers I think I've ever seen in history, to be honest. The way he just came in and, just took that championship off of like Triple H or Stone Cold or The Rock. He was beating up the top guys in the business. I don't know if you remember that one match, King of the Ring, where Kurt Angle just beat the snot out of Stone Cold, suplexed him like 19 times and beat him.
I do not remember that, but I just remember thinking he had everything and he got it the minute he came into the business. I mean, he had the personality, promos. Is that me and Flair?
That's you and Flair, yeah. Well, tell us about some Flair, man. What'd you think about his last match, man?
I haven't seen it, to be honest with you. I don't know. I can't give you an honest opinion on it.
Oh, don't worry. He'll have another one. That wasn't his last match. That was his last match. Go ahead. I love the work that you did with Undertaker. What's that like, taking a choke slam from
MVP and I used to so it was Taker would usually do the tombstone and Kane would do the choke slam. And MVP and I used to like rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to do the choke slam and who was going to do because one of them, the choke slam is a hard bump to take because they're so tall to begin with. You're way up there and you take this big bump. And the tombstone is just an easy, like, you just go for a ride basically upside down. Doesn't hurt. But that was kind of funny. We'd come back on a daily basis whenever we were at SmackDown. They would have us do the main event dark match. So, you might work. I remember at the time ECW was on, so you might work an ECW match. You might have a couple promos during the night or a couple backstage segments and then a match. And then they would have you do the main event dark match just to send the people home happy. But we were married to Kane and Taker for the better part of a year. I want to say it was like 8 or 9 months. And I loved every minute of it, man. They were just really, really awesome to work with.
I can imagine, all the years in the business experience they have together. And at the time, I'm pretty sure he was probably the locker room leader without a doubt. Even
without a doubt.
There,
yeah,
he was
absolutely
that everybody would go to.
My first time working with Taker, I was so room. I'll call it to you in the ring. Just listen to me. So I just knew that he wasn't going to go out there and shit the bed. So I just had to listen to him, and when he told me to do something, I had to do it to the best of my ability. And that's a really liberating experience.
Undertaker's one of the best of all time, man. I want you to tell me a little bit about your finisher. Did you come up with it? Did somebody give it to you, or was it all you?
Yeah, I believe it was Arn Anderson that suggested that I do that because I was doing the Finley roll off the second rope for a while, and it was one of those things. I remember coming back going to the showers.
You should have hit Bully with that. You should have hit Bully with that. God damn it!
I remember with what the Finley roll.
Yes.
Well, I did that to him into a casket. We did a casket match. That was like the blow off to our feud. And there was this tiny little casket, and he hit that thing perfectly. Yeah, but I remember coming back from doing the Finley roll off the second, and I think it was JBL said, "Hey, man, that's a great finisher you got. I'll never take it." And Jake, are you going to take that? Nope, probably not. And then I just remember thinking, well, I get it. It looks dangerous. It's hard to get people into, so I got to come up with something that everybody can do. So then I started exploring with Arn, and Arn suggested that.
Did you enjoy working with Cena?
I did. I didn't, at the time it was like, I think I was in a kind of a bad place mentally. And I don't know how I got there, but like, I really looked at when I was working with him, I was punching the clock, and it's just weird to to hear myself say that, even like that just became a thing where I was just I was punching the clock.
Just going to work and going home.
Yep.
It happens, man. It's a grueling business, and it can, you were younger at the time. I don't think you probably even were realizing what you had at the time. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of us men a long time to grow up. But dude, I didn't grow up till I was probably 29. Yep. When I got engaged, I realized, there's more to life than clocking in and clocking out, making money.
You don't need to hold on to bad things, just wash it away.
Not at all. Like I said, I think we see Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson, whatever they want to call him. This guy needs to be back in the show ASAP. I want him to make that a goal for himself, because I think he still has much more to offer this business. Much, much more. And I'm talking about on TV, at WrestleMania, in the Royal Rumble. There's unfinished business there, Mr. Anderson. It really is.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, really.
And I want to see it. I want to see it. And I know there's plenty of people out there, if not millions of people out there, that would love to see you come back and slap the taste out of plenty of people's mouths. Whether it be WWE, AEW. Me, personally, I want to see you in WWE. I wouldn't mind seeing you go one-on-one with, Austin Theory, new young gun, who deserves to get his face caved in by a veteran like yourself.
I love that kid.
He's great.
I like his work.
Oh, yeah. He's phenomenal. He's the only one that I could say that reminds me of a young Randy Orton, as far as like coming in and looking kind of flawless almost.
Yep.
He's got the look. He's a stud.
Definitely.
Look at this picture. There he is. What was it like working with Vince McMahon, though, overall, though? Like, do you have a memorable experience or a memory? I'm sure. Did you ever get to go to his mansion?
I never went to the mansion, but I had a good experience working with him. I remember, like, he oftentimes had, like I said, it was frustrating because he just kept telling me, like, you shit the bed. I remember the first time I cut a promo on Raw. My first night on Raw, I went out, I cut a promo to start the show. I came back thinking, and I remember walking up the ramp kind of like, yeah, fuck yeah, follow that. And I walked through the curtain, and everybody was kind of quiet. And usually when you come through and you've done a good job, everybody kind of gives you a round of applause or pat you on the back. You know you've done something wrong when everybody is trying to get small and, like, kick at a spot on the floor or pick at something. And Vince was like, he's like, that's the worst fucking thing I've ever heard. Worst fucking promo I've ever heard in my life. And I just remember, like, I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And Jericho pulled me aside at one point. He was like, he cares. He cares about you. He likes you. He's doing that because he likes you, because he sees something in you. So don't take it the wrong way.
Nah, 100% criticism usually means people care, man. If they're willing to take the time to tell you something they didn't like, it's because they care. And I just wanted, before we let you go, because I know it's getting late and you probably want to get to bed. You've been working all night. Everybody, please go follow the Academy School of Professional Wrestling. They are on Facebook. You can hit up the website, the Academy, SOPW.com. You can get all your information from there about the school training. I believe you give a free consultation to anybody that wants to become a student, right?
Yep. We allow people to come in and tour our facility and also sit and observe a class.
That's
just
awesome.
to make sure that it's something that fits for them. That I want, because we've got a really positive environment. I think I want people to see that.
I love how you have everything very upfront. Full class. It is what it is. $3,500 for the year, which is not a bad deal at all. You're learning from a former true professional and one of the best talkers in the business, one of the best bumpers in the business, workers. And then you do the private training as well. So if someone wants to just come in and get a little one-on-one, you offer that.
Yep. And then we also offer continuing education. So once you've completed the year of training, that initial $3,500 fee, then it's we charge $100 a month for people that want to stick around. And most of our graduates they stick around, or even if they've gone through the year. Or I think we just recently bumped it up to a year. It was 6 months for a long time, but
How many active students you got right now?
I think I just checked the Facebook the other day, ran around 60.
Wow.
And that doesn't, not every class has 60 students in it. It's just we have 60 students that kind of come and go.
Okay. That's awesome, man. I mean, you can also follow Mr. Ken Anderson on Twitter. He's got almost 300,000 followers, which is insane. That's insane. You're also on Instagram. The Academy is also on Instagram.
Yep.
People can go and support you by buying some T-shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees. You still got some asshole. I like that asshole T-shirt. That's fantastic. I'm an asshole.
10-4. Yep.
And I love this one. Nice guys finish last. A true lesson in life people need to fucking learn. I agree with that. And you and the wife are on TikTok, and you're known as a couple that smells good. I love it. Who wants smelly people?
That's my wife. Anderson Squared on TikTok.
That's awesome, man. I see you guys do a lot of content. Like I mentioned earlier, you have a beautiful family, man. You have a good thing going. My dream for you, I want to see you in the 2024 Royal Rumble. I want to hear that music. Let's make that the goal. Let's start a petition. Call up Vince. Call up Triple H. Just like you were calling Kelly? You were calling him all the time.
Yeah.
Bother Vince. Bother him before he drops dead, and you get your ass back where you belong. Go back home to the WWE.
We'll see.
You make a lot of fans happy. You really will.
Thank you.
I would love to see you in the Impact Hall of Fame. I think you deserve to be in there. You should be the next WWE. So.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys are too kind.
No, I'm one of the admins on Busted Open. They let me call whenever I want. So the next time I'm on Busted Open live, I'm giving you, the Academy, a huge shout out.
I would appreciate that.
I'm going to tell Bully to reach out to you to bring you on to Busted Open.
I would love it.
You would be an excellent guest. You have a lot to bring to the business. And if you get a chance, you should beat up Bully Ray too. He's still wrestling at Impact. You should go to Impact for one match just to kick his ass, and then you go to WWE.
I really, really enjoyed working with Bully. He was just one of my.
You worked with him all the time. You probably worked with him the most, I would say.
I worked with him quite a bit through Aces and Eights, and then when Aces and Eights split up. So I just had a blast with him.
But your match at Bound for Glory 2011, that was the cast match was great, but that one was top. Especially
Thank you.
Up on spot.
Now, you've had a lot of banger after banger, man. And not only have you had bangers everywhere, you're on quite arguably the greatest podcast in the history of all time. And you're on there every episode. I'm going to show you the video we play every day.
What are you yelling? I'm excited.
Nice to
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Yeah, that's our little intro. I made sure I put you in there. You will be in there forever.
I love it.
As we continue to grow, we're going to teach all the new generation of bums and noobs who know nothing about pro wrestling. We're going to teach them about Mr. Anderson over here. Hopefully, you can teach them a little more next year at the Rumble, because I'm sure you're going to be in there. Give me a number, 1 to 30. Where do you want to come out if you're in the Rumble?
Number 1.
And all right. And who's the champion at WrestleMania next year?
Probably Roman Reigns.
You're probably right. They'll probably be champion for the next 42 years. All right. All hail the Tribal Chief. Ken Anderson, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a dream to just speak to you on the show. And man, you're welcome anytime, man. If you ever want to crash, you're welcome. Anytime.
Thank you for having me. Can I just add one thing? People can text me directly at 507-722-2776. That's the Academy line. Comes right to my phone or to my wife's phone. And one of us will, talk to you, get you started. And if I understand that not everybody lives in the Twin Cities area. Not everybody is able to make that kind of a move. So I would like to help people find decent wrestling schools so that they can do it right. And I've done that before, and I'll continue to do that. So if somebody calls me and says, hey, I can't move to Minnesota, but I'm in Texas, I've got a, Booker T's wrestling school. So
I appreciate that tremendously. We do get a lot of independent wrestlers on this show who still need guidance. We get people that always ask, where can I go train? I will show them this episode. I will show them that phone number. I will tell them that phone number. And you never know who's going to end up becoming a legend out of that.
you never know. And I would suggest, even if you've been trained and you graduated from a wrestling school, like, you can still learn. Go somewhere else. Go get trained at another school. Don't just rest.
The only thing I'm going to ask from you before we leave right here is, can you just hit us one time with that, Mr.
Kennedy! Kennedy signing off.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Ken. Have yourself a good night. Tell your wife
too.
good night. God bless, man. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Jay, that was fucking awesome.
It was beautiful.
What a show.
Hey, what a man.
What a show.
This guy, man.
We came through on the clutch.
Great heart.
We told you fuckers Ken Anderson would be here.
He was here.
He was here
And
for a
he
while.
really laid everything down, and it was great. I appreciate him. Thanks for having us, interview him, and it was terrific. I can't even say.
I know you were happy because it was just me and you, so you really got a chance.
Still here, so
you got a chance to really talk to Ken Anderson and ask him a lot of questions. I didn't hold back on you. You had some great stuff for him.
I had goosebumps in the beginning, but wear it off a bit. But tremendous guy, man. I wish him the best. I hope I see him in Impact Hall of Fame. I hope I see him in the Royal Rumble.
You're gonna see him at the battlefield. Bro, between me, Gilch, Alpha, and Bull James, we're booking. We're gonna book Ken Anderson to come not only do a seminar, but wrestle a match too.
But he's living proof. Hey, look, I've been watching 97. I debuted in 99. It can happen, folks. The living proof right there. We just had it tonight on the show.
So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share tonight's stream to all your wrestling buddies that know Ken Anderson, because I guarantee you this was one of the coolest interviews you're ever going to see with someone who was a Money in the Bank winner, someone who was a top prospect. And let's be honest, Jay, this was someone that was Vince's hand-picked guy. He was going to be the guy. They don't just let you win Money in the Bank, man.
He is always the guy in my eyes, but not going to get into all that.
Nah, but I do like my idea of seeing him in the...
He's always been the eye. I always agree with whatever he says in any interview. So if he's watching still, hey, I'm on your side. I agree with you,
buddy. Dude, I think he's going back home to WWE, bro. I think it's going to happen.
I really do hope so. Like I said, let the bridges burn. They already burned. And everybody grows older, they grow wiser, and they realize that, hey, there's no need to carry.
There goes Jay's laptop. Jay's laptop died. Obviously, I use the desktop, so I'm still here. But yes, I've been watching Wrestling with Savage. And thank you so much for supporting. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you tomorrow night for AEW Dynamite live on Wrestling with Savage. Is Jay back? I don't know. I don't think he's back. I think he's done. Tomorrow night, we got AEW. All right. Make sure you come and hang out with Jacob Fatu May 10th at the Wrestling Universe. We'll be there live. You can hang out with Jacob Fatu and me at 80s Wrestling Con. Savage will be there live. You can come meet Savage, meet Marty Jannetty, hang out, chill out. Jay's back.
Yeah.
We out of here.
So let the bridges burn, whatever, but he's a great guy. I think everybody got wiser and they're smarter, and it's best for business to have Anderson back at WWE. So I hope we see him back. Thank you.
Tomorrow night, AEW, Evil Kip, tune in live on Wrestling with Savage. Everybody, have a good night. We're out of here for real this time. We're gone. Jay's gone.